Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
With smartphones being such an integral part of our daily lives, it is truly an inconvenience when it doesn't work properly. It disrupts the normalcy of our day. When you go into the cell phone store to have it repaired, they just try to upsell you on a new phone. That's why the owner of iDrop, T. Kell, left those places and opened iDrop. His goal is a happy customer. T. Kell and the team will listen to what you have going on and work to solve the problem of your broken device in a way that best suit your needs, instead of trying to upsell you on something that you just don't need. They don't just repair phones, they can service your laptop or PC as well as your Mac. Windows 7 support is over, but iDrop can help you transition to Windows 10. They have a 5-star rating on Google with hundreds of positive reviews. Let me say that again. I don't think y'all understand how big this is. They have a 5-star rating on Google. Their customer service really speaks for itself. So if you ever find yourself with a device that isn't performing as it should, give iDrop a call at 865-888-9740 or check them out on Facebook at iDrop of Knoxville. If man made it, they can fix it.
Hi there, Swain Event family. Are you in the market to purchase a home and a bit freaked out with the market right now? As someone who's been in your spot before, I'm familiar with what's going through your brain. And as a realtor, I've mastered the ins and outs of the buying process. When you work with me, you'll benefit from my experience, and together we'll work toward making sound, smart decisions for your future. And of course, talk a little Vol Sports along the way. Just give me a call, Jennifer Morris, Keller Williams Realty, 865-257-7897, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com. Hope to hear from you soon.
When you start your own business, you know that branding can make or break a new venture. That's why Swain Event relies on 42nd Street. 42nd Street is a strategy agency focused on finding creative, open-minded, results-driven solutions to brand design. After over a decade of operations in East Tennessee, the brand architects at 42nd Street have the experience and creative know-how to ensure the success of your business branding, logo, web presence, and more. To see a real-life example of their amazing work, you can check out our website at swainevent.com. Don't trust the branding of your business to just anyone. Check out my friends at 42nd Street online at 42st.com or give them a call at 865-382-7007. 42nd Street, brand, strategy, design.
Deep down the middle's got his man, and he's gone. Jason Swain, touchdown.
It's time for the Swain Event with your host, Jason Swain.
My man.
Real sports talk for the real sports fan.
All you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him.
It's time for the Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
Give me 2 rounds and a Ric Flair.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America, 865-255-03. Irish Networks hotline. Hope you're having a great morning. It is Thursday, December the 2nd. About 5 minutes past the top of the hour. Ben McKee, Jason Swain here with you. Hope you're having a great morning. Download the free Swain Event app for Android Apple devices. If you just got a new iPhone, which I'm wondering why you're not waiting till Christmas. Why you getting new phones? It's not even Christmas yet. My goodness. If you are rocking a new iPhone, the Swain Event app is right there in the Apple Store for you to get back on your iPhone. 865-255-03, Irish Networks hotline. Ben! Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Jason. Still weird. Big news of the day regarding Tennessee football is not only did Velus Jones receive his invite to the Senior Bowl, but Alontae Taylor, who was also going to the Senior Bowl, will be in that bowl game playing, but not in Tennessee's bowl game playing. And via his Twitter post, he is opting to shut it down. And this is the right move. This is the right move for Alontae Taylor. This is a move that he has earned. He's earned the opportunity to do this. And for those who are speaking for his teammates, think about this, whether he's speaking for them good or bad. Somebody else is going to get to play. And if I'm on that team, that's what I'm thinking about. Whoever is the third corner is like, oh, yeah, good decision, Alontae. Hey, man, good luck, man. Go be great, Tay. Go do your thing, man.
That would be Kamal Haddon.
Hey, man, that was the best decision, man. You make that for you, man. You make that decision for you. Hey, man, good decision. Because he's about to play. And the players on this football team have to respect the career of Alontae Taylor. Notice I said respect the career. It had nothing to do with like or dislike. Nothing to do with that. I think Candace Parker let us know that sometimes it don't have anything to do with like or dislike. But respect the career of Alontae Taylor. Someone that played at a high level in high schools, All-American, came to Tennessee, went through 3 different coaches. The way he has carried himself, representing the University of Tennessee, representing the SEC. He set himself up to make money off the football field when he's playing or when he finishes playing. This is what taking care of business looks like. This is what taking care of business looks like. When you come to Tennessee, when you go to any school, this is what taking care of business looked like. I didn't mention anything about his accolades on the football field. First team this, second team that, I don't even know. Probably won't even make first team or second team. Who knows? But this is what taking care of business looked like. Go look at all the people that has worked with Alontae Taylor. His teammates, people in the administration over there, nothing but good things to say. Because he takes care of business. You want to coach a guy like Alontae Taylor. Because you never have to worry about getting a phone call at 2 a.m. in the morning. You never have to worry about getting an email from a teacher that one of the students or one of your players on your football team is being disrespectful in class, showing up late and being loud, sitting in the back. You never had to get a phone call about a player from the Thornton Center or you just don't have to worry about that with Alontae. That peace of mind, it's worth something. We know that in our regular lives. When we pay for certain things, it's a little bit more, but the peace of mind is worth it. Imagine coaching a guy where you just don't have to worry about him busting his assignment. You don't have to worry about effort. You don't have to worry about lack of leadership. He may not make every play, but no one makes every play. Do I want Alontae Taylor to play in the bowl game? Heck yeah, because he's a good player and he's going to help us win, and I want to win at the end of the day. But I've also said on this program that there's a time and a place where the players need to be selfish, and you as a university, you as a coaching staff, you got to do what's best for your player. They gave you everything that they had. They gave you everything. Alontae gave you everything. Playing hurt, he gave you everything. He's earned one game to sit out, let his body rest, so he can pursue a lifelong dream that he's been working for over a decade to achieve. Simply put.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised, though, that he is sitting out. Obviously, he stated that he's been battling an injury the last 2 weeks in his post that he shared on social media, and pretty much cited that as the reason that he is sitting out the bowl game. Obviously, folks are going to point out that the Senior Bowl is January 30th, and
another month.
The bowl game is going to be on probably the 30th or the 31st
of December. That's a whole nother month. Them people need to sit down and be quiet.
So, and I get the frustration, but this is just the new age of college football that we're in. And Alontae Taylor has earned this right to sit out of a bowl. And at the end of the day, like, the Senior Bowl is more important for him than the bowl game that Tennessee's going to play in. I mean, that is point blank, period. I do not like that is the case. I do kind of miss the old school way of thinking of it's team first and then me second, but that's not the college football that we're in anymore. And I'm not at all mad at Alontae for opting to sit out of the bowl game at all. I completely understand and get this decision. But I do get the frustration of, hey, the old school way of doing things is no longer here. And it would be fun to watch Alontae play in one more game. But he did cite an injury. I do hope that is genuine, because we know of players that could play in a bowl game and they use a tweak here or there as a crutch to not play in the bowl game. But I would be very surprised if Alontae was doing that. He has been Tennessee through and through. He is Tennessee through and through. I mean, he is a Tennessee kid who has appreciated his time with the Vols as much as anybody, and he has earned this right to do so, like you said, Swain.
This has been a movement in the making for a long time, and the movement I'm talking about is players thinking more about themselves. Why? Because coaches have clearly done this.
Yes,
they've clearly thought more about themselves and the program and the team. But they want the players to sacrifice. They want the players to play hurt. They want the players to basically put their whole careers on the line and play while hurt in a bowl game that may or may not matter. I think it matters, but for some folks, it may not matter. But this is the opportunity for Alontae Taylor, who is, and listen, I'm speaking from experience here. This is experience I'm speaking from. If Alontae plays in this football game, instead of training, he's going to be rehabbing. And when it's time to run, when it's time to jump, when it's time to show agility, when it's time to show NFL scouts that he can play at the next level, and if he does play at the next level, guess who that benefits? It benefits Tennessee, because Tennessee's going to be able to use Alontae Taylor to go out and recruit. They're going to be able to use Tennessee to go out there and be a model for the university. So think about that too before the hot takes are thrown out. But if Alontae doesn't get healthy, instead of training, he's going to be rehabbing. He's not going to be able to work on technique of how to run a 40. He's not going to be able to work on technique of how to run a 5-10-5, 20-yard shuttle, a.k.a. 20-yard shuttle. He's not going to be able to work on technique on a vertical jump, work on explosion in the 6-week training preparing for the NFL Combine. He'll be rehabbing. And what good does it do anybody if Alontae Taylor plays in this game, gets hurt, or hurts himself further, doesn't get drafted, doesn't play at the next level? It won't help him, but it sure won't help us either.
No.
So there's some cases where you just have to understand, and this is one of those cases. Like Alontae he's given everything that he has to this university. He has represented this university in the best possible way that you can. He's been the best representation for the University of Tennessee playing football since
Jawan Jennings.
Josh Dobbs.
Josh Dobbs.
Oh, Jawan just got suspended for kicking a player in the face.
I didn't know where you're going.
Best representation for the University of Tennessee since Josh Dobbs. Since Josh Dobbs. 5 years ago. When I first saw this, my initial reaction was, dang, man, you got to play. But I had the old school first reaction, too. Oh, you got to play. Because guess what I did? I played through the injury. I didn't get hurt more, I don't think, but I sure didn't get better.
I'm sure it didn't help to play through your ankle injury that still bothers you to this day.
No, so like
and knee.
Yeah, so my first reaction was, man, you got to play. Because like I'm old school in a lot of my thinking too. But I had to step out of my own body, like I like to do here on the program, see things from a different perspective, like I like to do. Because some people only see things through their lens. They don't want to try to put on a different set of glasses and see it through someone else's lens. This could be helpful in other areas of life too, politics, other stuff like that. But we only want to see things through our own lens. This is the way I see it, so this is the way I got tunnel vision. I can't see anybody else's, perspective. I can't be able to empathize with anybody else or see anyone else's point of view because this is what I see. I have tunnel vision. No. Try to see things from other angles. And this is what I'm doing with Alante. Go get your money, Alante. You need a bag of ice? Need some ice and stem, some heat? Go be great, Alante. Go represent Tennessee. Go represent Tennessee. We are proud of you. Ben said he wants 2 cookies. That's why y'all really mad, because he ain't gonna be able to get a pick and get y'all some cookies. That's why y'all really mad.
But look, I'll be the first to say that kind of I see both sides of it. I'm on both sides of the boat.
He's hurt.
Exactly.
He's been playing hurt. And there's no other side to see.
Correct. But as I said a moment ago, I hope that it is genuine because we have seen players in the past, players currently, use that as a crutch because it is a built-in excuse to not have to play in the bowl game. It is. I mean, Alante has a built-in excuse. I mean, he could be dealing with a hangnail. Oh, my toes hurt. I can't play the bowl game.
Don't care.
So, look, I see both sides. I loved hearing Theo Jackson say, when I asked him after the game on Saturday, no. I mean, I didn't even finish my question when I asked Theo on Saturday if he would be playing in a bowl game. He cut me off, and I loved it. No, I love football too much. Now, Theo may not be dealing with an injury like Alante, and that makes it totally understandable. And I mean, there's a line of thinking that, hey, maybe Alante can make some money in the bowl game, and then go make some more money at the Senior Bowl. But I get it. I'm not mad. I get it. I really do.
Let's get to the phones for first time today. Let's bring in Eric. Eric, good morning.
Hey, fellas, how y'all doing?
What's up?
Hey, so Alonde and I gotta say Hendon too.
Excuse me.
I know y'all know. Hey, I'm throwing myself out there at the mercy of all nation. My daughter is officially a die-hard Tennessee fan. Yes. She went to her first game against South Alabama. She said, "We're going back next week, right?" I was like, "Okay." So I took her to the Vanderbilt game, but we went to the ball walk on the second to the Vanderbilt game. Now, Hendon Hooker and, like you were saying, Alonde, dude, and this big old dude, I don't know his name. He's huge, though. Picked her up, give her a big old hug. It was one of the best experiences of my life. And I'm telling you right now, that dude that y'all are talking about is first class. He was very, very nice.
So you're a Tennessee fan now?
I think I'm about to get my tattoo removed off my arm.
Oh, you've got a Gators tattoo?
I do.
Where and what does it look like?
Well,
Is it lower back or booty cheek?
You ain't right, man.
Oh, I know it. I've been told that ever since I was in elementary school.
Hey, well, that's all right. I get to call you Punkyhead. Nobody else gets to do that.
You answered the question, though.
It's on my right shoulder, and it's a gator. It's the side of the helmet gator.
Oh, that's easy to cover up.
Yeah, and look, we've seen Alabama players play in the Iron Bowl with an Auburn tattoo, and vice versa. So I think you're fine.
We see Tennessee players play with a different tattoo of a different school. We
And
heard
coaches.
about coaches having an Alabama tattoo, but that's
none of my business.
That's none of my business.
All right, so here's the ticket. All right, no, let me go full circle with you on this one. All right. So last week at the South Alabama game, they made the announcement at halftime. Take your ticket to the gate at the Lady Vols basketball game tomorrow, and you will get free admission with a ticket.
Now, we did that last week.
So this is the South Alabama game.
Mm-hmm.
So my daughter's like, "Can we go to the basketball game?" I was like, "All right, that's fine." I'm telling you right now, I believe I had more fun at that Lady Vols basketball game than I've had
Wonder why.
in a long time with my daughter. Like, just watching her, the way she was really into it, and up and down. And I mean, it was awesome. And Tennessee had to win it in overtime. Dude, that was awesome. It was great. So, yeah, I think I might be becoming a Tennessee fan.
There you go. There you go, Eric. I don't know what else you can say, man, to make this call even better. You might want to hang it up.
All right.
All right, Eric. That's a dang good call right there, Eric.
I feel like now we need to just really baptize it. It feels like he just kind of.
Like that. I feel like his sins are all washed away.
Correct. I mean,
weird.
It feels like he just found Christ almost.
I know, man.
He found the Tennessee Christ. We need to hold a baptism for Eric now.
In my church, it would have been like a potluck after service celebration. Everybody, all the grandmas with their flower pot hats would have bring casseroles.
Oh yeah,
celebrating.
That's what happens with all the babies.
Well, I think it's important if Eric is going to be a Tennessee fan, we got to help him out with a Alante name. So it's Alante. Alante Taylor. And I was this is the first time this year, probably. I'm going to admit this.
Oh boy.
And you can judge me if you want to.
I will.
This is actually the first time. This past week was the first time I actually went to the Vol Walk to view, and I've been out since 2006. This was the first time.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And I went with my kids, took them down on the field before the start of Big Orange Countdown there on Vol Network, and we were towards the end of the Vol Walk. So the moment you walk into Gate 21, and it was cool to see my middle kid and my oldest stand right there and get high fives from the players. Because I was sitting there thinking that was me high fiving a kid, and that kid that I would high five, those same kids. Every once in a while, I get a tweet going, "Hey, I'm that kid," and the kid's like 20-something years old. I'm like, thanks, kid, for reminding me how old I am.
So
now.
they're like the same age as me. Like when my first game and Neil and you played in it.
Yeah, probably. So
and you were a sophomore too.
Like I just had an out of body experience. I was just kind of sitting there and Man, it was real cool. It was real cool. And Alante was one of the guys that came by and gave my kids a high five, and we went down to the field, and my daughter got a chance to just soak it all in. It was really, really cool. She took a picture with Andre Carter, who's doing a great job. SEC Network, the sideline reporter.
More Vol.
And yeah, I know, right? And then Alante came by, and that's one of my oldest favorite players. Of course, she likes the good players, right? Like Hendon and Javante Payton and the guys who score touchdowns. And she likes good players. That's why Ray Burrell's her favorite. she likes ballers.
She didn't mention number 1, Trayvon Flowers, since her dad wore number 1.
She has a 1 jersey, but she thinks that's just Bayless's number. But
disrespectful.
Alante came over, and my wife took a picture of me like kind of brushing his suit jacket, because he had a little something on his suit jacket. And it was a really, really good picture. I don't have it on my phone. My wife has it. But not a lot of people can say they had a career like Alante. And I'm talking about like being able to represent the SEC. He'll have a job in the SEC office when it's all said and done if he wants it. That's the type of impact that he's made while serving as one of Tennessee's captains and one of the leaders in this conference. Like, it's one thing to be a leader on your team. It's another thing to be one of the leaders of the entire conference. That's Alante Taylor. Hopefully he can influence some officiating upgrades and get an answer of why Anthony Jordan was calling Tennessee's game other night. But that is also none of my business. 865-255-03 is our telephone number to the Iris Networks hotline. We'll take our first break of the day. Swain Event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
If you want to get in on the conversation, call the Iris Networks hotline at 865-200-5503. Grow your business with Iris Networks high-speed fiber internet. IrisNetworksUSA.com.
Hi there, Swain Event family. Are you in the market to purchase a home and a bit freaked out with the market right now? As someone who's been in your spot before, I'm familiar with what's going through your brain. And as a realtor, I've mastered the ins and outs of the buying process. When you work with me, you'll benefit from my experience, and together we'll work toward making sound, smart decisions for your future. And of course, talk a little Vol Sports along the way. Just give me a call, Jennifer Morris, Keller Williams Realty, 865-257-7897, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com. Hope to hear from you soon.
When you start your own business, you know that branding can make or break a new venture. That's why Swain Event relies on 42nd Street. 42nd Street is a strategy agency focused on finding creative, open-minded, results-driven solutions to brand design. After over a decade of operations in East Tennessee, the brand architects at 42nd Street have the experience and creative know-how to ensure the success of your business branding, logo, web presence, and more. To see a real-life example of their amazing work, you can check out our website at swainevent.com. Don't trust the branding of your business to just anyone. Check out my friends at 42nd Street online at 42st.com or give them a call at 865-382-7007. 42nd Street, brand, strategy, design. JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. Cheer on your favorite team with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
If you're coming to Knoxville and need a place to stay, do yourself a favor and book a room at Hampton Inn Paper Mill, also known as the Hampton on the Hill. This award-winning property is literally in the top 5% of all Hampton Inn properties. The GM, Stephen Lawrence, is a good old local boy who grew up in the business around Knoxville. He and his staff are always available, always willing to help, and will go above and beyond for their guests. The newest Hampton Inn in Knoxville has clean, affordable rooms, flat screens, fridges, and microwaves in every room. Plus, breakfast is included in every rate. Not to mention, there's also a pool and fitness center on site. If it wasn't so close to amazing restaurants, bars, and shopping, you would never want to leave. At only 6 miles from campus, you're still right in where the big orange action is. Go to HamptonInn.com, search Knoxville, and book your room at the Hampton Inn Paper Mill, or call 865-693-5400.
We're here with Dr. Michael Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine to discuss PRP, platelet-rich plasma. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, Achilles tendonitis, or tennis elbow, you should give them a call.
Good to be back, Jason. We specialize in non-surgical orthopedics, so we treat damaged tendons, ligaments, and joints, including rotator cuff injuries, knee injuries, and elbow and foot problems by using ultrasound-guided injections with PRP. And this form of treatment helps stimulate the body's own reparative process and assist in the healing of damaged tissue.
Doc, what makes your training different than others?
I've been practicing in Knoxville for over 26 years, and I'm certified in interventional regenerative orthopedic medicine through the American Academy of Orthopedic Medicine. They've been the leader in this form of treatment since 1983. I also teach this form of treatment on a national and international basis to other physicians, residents, and medical students. Here in our clinic, I'm the one doing the procedure, and we're using your own PRP, which are concentrated platelets, to treat your injury. So in other words, Jason, it comes from you and it goes back to you. So you know exactly what you're getting and know exactly the level of training involved.
Do what the pros, college athletes, and I have done, and visit them online at trsportsmedicine.com. Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, East Tennessee's leader in PRP therapy. Fellas, when it's time to freshen up that wardrobe, there's only one play to make, and that's to go see my friends at Mark Nelson Denim in downtown Knoxville. Find the latest in small batch denim in the heart of Knoxville. Denim isn't all they do, though. Mark Nelson also does custom suiting and blazers. Let your personal style shine with Mark Nelson. If you don't have time to go shopping for yourself but still want that fresh look, then sign up for the NN Society. Let the experts handle the shopping and get $300 worth of merchandise for just $150 every other month. That's 6 times per year to keep you looking styling every day. Let Mark Nelson Denim help you be the best you, because when you look good, you feel good. Go to marknelsondenim.com.
At Iris Networks, we know that business communication solutions are critical to your success. Since 1998, we've been helping businesses in East Tennessee by providing reliable and affordable high-speed fiber internet and voice solutions. That's why Iris Networks is your Tennessee communications partner. With internet speeds up to 100 gigs and work-from-anywhere solutions like mobile apps, video conferencing, and file sharing, we make sure you can stay connected to your customers and great communities we live and work in. Iris Networks, because just like you, Tennessee is our home.
Swain Event, fueled by Dating Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. 865-255-03. I don't even know why we even here right now. I think it's time for us to shut it on down. We should be done for the day, Ben. We just converted a Florida fan to a Tennessee fan. This man has a tattoo, allegedly on his arm. I think it's on his right cheek, but that's just me. It might be on his lower back.
No comment.
But, dude, our work for today is done.
I plead the fifth.
We are done for today. We just converted a Florida fan, and we haven't beaten Florida one time in forever. That's pretty strong. That's pretty strong. That is pretty strong right there. So it's time for around the SEC, Ben. Who all transferring today? What's it like probably over 300 kids in the portal.
The most notable one yesterday in the SEC was Florida linebacker Chris Bogle, former top 100 recruit and a former Tennessee target. Came down to Tennessee, Florida, and Florida State for Chris Bogle, if I remember correctly. Tennessee was in his final three there when he ultimately picked Florida under Jeremy Pruitt. So I thought that was interesting. We'll see what happens there. He is a Florida native, so maybe he just heads on over west to Tallahassee. The other transfer that I saw was Ole Miss.
If you are a recruit, Tallahassee is the last place you need to go right now. Why? The AD is retiring, which means Mike Norvell, you don't notice. You don't notice. We've seen this before. When a coach is hired by an AD, instead of that AD firing that coach, the AD decides to retire, it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. Unless that coach goes out and wins 9-10 games and is really doing it, that coach is on borrowed time. So the Florida State AD is retiring. So players in the portal, recruits, be careful about Florida State. And listen, I'm a David Johnson fan. I love me some David Johnson. But at the same time, that is not a stable situation when you have the AD decide to retire after 2 years of football coach not even being 500. Just saying.
The Seminole was Josh Heupel's favorite mascot growing up.
I bet he from South Dakota? I bet it was.
Tennessee may have to watch out.
Ain't worry about that.
Ole Miss tight end DeMarcus Thomas is in the transfer portal.
Who? Tight end?
DeMarcus Thomas.
Where's he from?
Ole Miss.
Oh, no, I'm good.
Texas A&M defensive lineman DeMarvin Leal announced that he is returning entering the upcoming NFL draft. He had 58 tackles this season, 12.5 tackles for a loss, and 8.5 sacks in 11 starts. Very talented defensive lineman is headed to the NFL from Texas A&M. And the last thing before I mention some basketball scores is...
Oh, I can't wait.
Oh, I can't wait either.
Can't wait.
Brian Kelly is expected to retain Jack Marucci, LSU's Director of Performance Innovation. Bruce Feldman says that Marucci is one of the brightest minds in all of sports. His innovative research is in quantitative character studies and cognitive skills, and he was an invaluable resource for Coach O. And Brian Kelly is going to retain him. So it seems like Brian Kelly making some good moves over there, although he was not able to bring in Marcus Freeman, who is now the Notre Dame head coach, been promoted to head coach. But about those SEC basketball scores.
I'm ready. Hold on, I'm ready. Let me sit up in my chair.
Now I'm going to save the best for last.
Hold on, I got my coffee ready. It's hot today, too.
LSU beat Ohio 66-51. I
don't care about that.
Arkansas beat Central Arkansas 97-60.
I don't care about that.
Auburn beat UCF 85-68.
Next.
Coastal Carolina beat down South Carolina 80-56.
I don't care about that much. Even, they're rival. They're in the SEC. But, I kind of like Frank Martin. So,
Well, you better appreciate Frank Martin while you can, because he's not going to be here much longer.
Okay.
Losing by 24 to Coastal Carolina in basketball.
Listen, I don't care if he's a coach of Carolina or not. I like him because I like his style. But get to the good stuff, Ben.
Oklahoma knocked off 14th ranked Florida 74-67. So nice to see the Gators take an L. But the game of the night.
They play hard, though. The Gators play hard.
And still took an L.
Oh, yeah. You love to see it.
Yeah, you love to see it. But the game of the night took place in Athens, Georgia, where the Georgia Bulldogs, who are absolutely terrible and were 2-5 entering the game, had just lost a home game on Sunday to Wofford by 3, beat the 18th ranked Memphis Tigers 82-79. And it gets worse because after the game, Penny Hardaway told the media, quote, "There aren't enough guys in that locker room who care about winning unless they are the ones that are helping us win. It's not a team. That's the danger of having a lot of talent. The talent has to want to play together, and right now the talent doesn't want to play together." That was on his post-game radio interview.
Did this man just admit that he can't coach talent?
Yes.
Because that's what it sounds like.
Tell me you can't coach talent without telling me you can't coach talent.
My goodness.
I don't know what's worse, the loss or the quote after the game.
The quote. The quote is worse. The quote hurts you more than the L because you can recover from the L. Early season L, out of conference. It's not like your conference is going to be difficult. You can recover from the L. It will be harder to recover from these comments. You are admitting that you're having trouble coaching a team full of talent. Let me check something right quick. Let me check something right quick. I'm pretty good on Google. Let me check something right quick. Give me a second. 2000. What year is this? Yeah, it's 2021. Hold on. Do I need glasses? Number 1 recruiting class. Is that what I say?
Yep.
Did I say number 1 recruiting class? Imani Bates. Did I say number 1 player in this position?
Oh, it does.
Top 5 national player. Huh. Jalen Duran, 6'10", 5-star. That's 2 5-stars in that class. Another 4-star. Another 4-star. And 3-star. Number 1 class in the country. Didn't Georgia lose a bunch of talent to the transfer portal? Didn't Georgia lose their best player to the transfer portal? This is bad. This is a bad look. This is a bad look for Penny. This is a terrible look for Penny. And Penny, not too long ago, welcomed all of the smoke.
All of the smoke.
He welcomed all of the smoke. He said he wanted all of the smoke. 2020 article from the Athletic. This is what he said 2019. He said he wanted all the smoke because he was out here out recruiting Kentucky. He was out recruiting Duke. And I'm pretty sure Coach K and Coach Cal was hating. Come on, man, this new guy coming into town, fresh off the AAU circuit. He's out recruiting you. I would feel a certain type of way about that. I would be hating a little bit. I'll be a little jealous. He said he wanted all the smoke. Not too long ago, well, Georgia gave it to you. Georgia gave you all the smoke. And now you got bronchitis.
I got bronchitis.
And now you don't have time for that.
I thought somebody was barbecuing. I said, Lord Jesus, that's a fire. Why'd you take a sip there?
Dangerous it was dangerous, man. That was dangerous because this is a new computer. That was dangerous. You're right. I can't be doing that. I cannot be drinking coffee in the middle of a joke around equipment. That is a rookie move. You can't be doing that. Oh, Memphis basketball tweeted October the 3rd, 2019. All the smoke. All that means is that we're not afraid to play anybody. We're not intimidated. We're not afraid to play anybody. If that offends people, then that's crazy because we're supposed to be confident in who we are. And we're in this to win, and that's what we're going to be. And I'm going to keep that mindset because that's who I am. Man, made Tom Crean look like
if you make Tom Crean
Best
look
coach
like
in
a good coach, you've got issues. And you know what's crazy? I've watched several Memphis basketball games this year.
I'm sorry.
Larry Brown looks like he's doing more coaching on the sideline than Penny.
Oh, well, that's because he knows more about basketball than Penny forgot. I mean,
Watch a Memphis basketball game and watch the sideline when it cuts to the Memphis bench. It is Larry Brown coaching his tail off, and Penny's just like, yeah, do that. What old Larry said.
December 18th, Tennessee, Memphis,
and somehow Memphis will play its best basketball game of the season.
Oh yeah, they'll be fixed by then.
They've got issues though, man.
They do.
Penny is in. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they give him some more grace, like Michigan did with Jim Harbaugh. But I think Penny is more like Scott Frost than Jim Harbaugh. I mean, he has got all this talent, all these years in a row. I mean, he made staff changes this offseason, significant staff changes. Bringing in Rasheed Wallace, bringing in Larry Brown.
Rasheed Wallace.
Bringing in the number one recruiting class in the country.
Number one player.
The player who's supposed to be the next Kevin Durant.
I mean, if he wanted to be next Kevin Durant, he should played for a real coach, Rick Barnes.
I agree. And he's still yet to make the NCAA tournament.
But the NIT champions, though.
That is the one silver lining of last night's result for Memphis, is that they're still on track to hang another NIT banner.
And this is what I will say about Penny. This is one thing that no one can take away from him. Hey, he's the best dressed coach in America. He's just like Dan Mullen. Dan Mullen got the best shoes of any coach in America. Penny has the best outfits of any coach on the sideline in America. You can't top him.
No, you can.
That's AJ Wright.
Buzz Williams. Give me that, brother.
Yeah, Buzz got a little swag to him.
Buzz and Penny are tied in terms of fits on the sideline, and by default, Buzz wins.
I don't know, man. Penny always clean. Always.
Buzz is always clean.
Yeah, just because Buzz wear a vest don't mean he clean.
Penny was wearing a vest last night.
I know, but Buzz always wears a vest.
Oh, so
always wears a suit.
Now the vest isn't cool enough?
I mean, it's cool, but I mean, Buzz clean. I ain't gonna lie.
He's cleaner than Penny.
Nah,
just because he's not Penny.
Nah,
it's that simple. He's not Penny, so he is cleaner than Penny.
When Penny came to Knoxville and had on those all silver pennies, you can't top that. When you rocking your own shoe and the shoes are clean.
Yeah, why are you ditching out on your boy Jerry Stackhouse?
What Jerry Stackhouse got to do with anything?
You said in the past that Jerry Stackhouse was the best dressed.
Now Jerry clean too. Jerry clean too now, but Jerry ain't cleaner than Penny. Penny clean. Jerry clean too. I don't know about Jerry's barbecue skills either, man. They better than Lincoln Riley's though. I think anybody's barbecue skills better than Lincoln Riley, but just saying. 865-255-03. Leave me alone, Ben. Brandon B says, I got a new phone 2 weeks ago. It feels good. Be back on the app. Well, it feels good to have you back on the app. I was on the phone with Apple yesterday, and listen, I wish y'all could have we need to do a promotion. Winner gets a behind the scenes all access tour experience of the Swain Event. What it takes to do this show and all the stuff that goes into it. Oh man, it would be great. But we'll say this: got new equipment in yesterday. I'm excited. I'm excited.
I think we need to retire that.
No, man.
Yes, this is a Pruitt thing. It needs to go.
We excited. So that should be getting installed next week. That's something that I won't be doing.
Why not?
That takes hiring an engineer, and so no, don't hype me up. There will be no show tomorrow for us. There will be no show if I try to do it because I'll be messing stuff up. So this our old board I've been hearing us talk about replacing it.
And it's giving us the middle finger.
It has been. So we've been doing this show this is the third year we've been in the studio, and the show has outgrown some of the equipment, which is good. It's a good problem to have. And so there's some that's like broadcast equipment. There's some that's like music equipment that we kind of converted over, and but we got the real deal yesterday. So I'm excited about that, and can't wait to kind of share the story, the entire story about that next week once everything is locked and loaded, and hopefully we don't miss a day next week because it's going to be an all-day task to rewire everything and get everything going. So I'm excited about that. Espresso Vol says, with the new system come with LED lights, we need a Swain light show. We do have some lights, but y'all won't be able to see the lights. But we do have some lights, some new lights in here. Yeah, we'll be able to see that. Yeah. But the sound quality is going to be ridiculous when everything is installed. I'm excited about that. So pumped about that. So it's amazing. It's amazing. Got a new broadcast console, and man, we've been doing this thing for 7 years independently, and we've been in the studio for 3, and we continue to be blessed, and we appreciate everyone's support and all the kind messages. You know, even when people got new iPhones and there was some issue that made the app not on the Apple Store for new iPhone owners, and the messages I got were awesome. You know, they just super positive, and when stuff it's not 100% right, man. I'm real anal about that. Type A when it comes to stuff in here, but the messages were so awesome and really cool, and I really appreciate everybody. So, Courtney Vol says, y'all already sound like you're sitting in the truck with me. How much better can it get? Oh, trust me, it can get better. It can get better. You just watch. And we got new mics and everything, I think last week. I know people can tell. The board was not agreeing with the mics. The board was like, no, man, you get new mics. I know what that means. I'm next. But, it'll be amazing next week. I'm looking forward to it. So, hopefully we don't miss a day. But we'll see. Let's go to the phones, and Evil says, as long as we can keep Volstorm turned down.
We will do our best. No promises.
I know, right? I don't know what kind of equipment we can get to be able to do that. Let's get to Greedy Greg. Greedy, good morning.
Good morning, guys. How y'all doing?
What's up, man?
First of all, I'm keeping my fingers crossed so we get this bowl game down here in Tampa. I'd love to see a Vols game. I haven't been to one in a long time. Well, the last one in Tampa.
Where? How far are you from Tampa?
I stay in Tampa.
Oh, let's go to Ybor City. Let's go, Greedy Greg.
Yes. I have a couple comments. First, I want to give Kelly big props for what she's doing with the Lady Vols.
Yes.
I mean, if anybody wants to see a coaching clinic, look at the minutes, how she distributed her players last night. You can tell how she's trying to develop the other players. I mean, when I look at how coaching, I look at how they trying to develop the other players, and then what she's doing without Bray, and how Forston has matured and become a star. It's brilliant to see the wonderful job she's doing. So I want to give her props. And my other comment, I wanted to come in on the Memphis game last night. Now, Ben, you are hating a little bit on Penny. I'm not going to sit here and say Penny's the best coach in this world. But what we're forgetting, those 2 kids he's starting are 17. One just turned 18 2 weeks ago. And he's in a pickle situation. The kid that y'all saying that's the next Durant, he's 17. He's not eligible for the pro. So he can walk next year, and he's so Penny's getting him the playing minutes to keep him in Memphis. So and maybe that is hurting the team chemistry, because even though he's definitely got great talent, he might not be the most mature player to play in big minutes sometimes. Keep things in perspective. Penny, he is trying to. He's just a hell of a recruiter. I can't dispute that. The way he played the minutes of the players, that's the one thing that I think that hurts the team. I don't think he do a good job putting the right players in at the right time. But I know why he's playing those young guys, because he's trying to keep that other kid to stay there another year.
Is Penny doing a good job? Is Penny doing a good job? Yes or no?
On recruiting, yes.
No.
On distributing players' minutes, no.
Coaching.
Some players,
Coaching.
like his son shouldn't be in the game. It's a cleanup.
Yeah, he played 5 minutes yesterday. I saw the number.
Ooh.
He played 5 minutes. I ain't got nothing to say about his son, because son played 5 minutes. I ain't got nothing to really say about the players.
Well, his son started about 3 games ago. So what I'm saying, like, you got to keep things in perspective. That those guys are really, they supposed to be in high school right now. One is still 17. The other just turned 17 just almost 2 weeks ago. So they still very young.
Greedy.
And I mean, but their talent is clearly there. But I know why I see why he's playing the guys, because he want to keep the player there for one more year. He can leave next year. He can't go pro, so he can go to another. He can go in the portal, or he can try to play overseas or something. So he's trying to keep him there.
Greedy.
But that's enough of Penny. I can't wait till they play Tennessee. I think that's gonna be a hell of a game, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the Bobs do in this recruiting. I mean, those guys are all over the place. What do you think? How are we looking down the stretch? You think we'll be able to steal a couple of players? I saw they was in the home of the kid, the commitment to LSU.
Mario Tolan.
Last night.
Yeah.
Don't
even try it.
Auburn's gonna make a push there.
Don't even try it, Greedy. No, I'm not gonna let you just slide and transition to Tennessee football. No. Bring it on back. Greedy. Bring it on back.
Okay, you going back to Penny.
Man, I got to, because I'm looking at a tweet by Stats by Will Warren. It's year 4 in Memphis. 3 starters back from the NIT team. Number 1 recruiting class in the nation. You lose by 19 to Iowa State. You lose to Ken Palm's 174 ranked team. You have the most turnovers per game in the NCAA. Ain't no damn excuse for that. Greedy.
Well, after the NIT, again, I follow Memphis because I'm from Memphis. So I'm a Tennessee fan, and I follow Memphis basketball and football. But I'm a Vols fan. After the NIT, he had about 4 players leave as well, and then he replaced them with this class. So he had 4 players leave. One went to the UCLA, one went to Mississippi State. They went to good programs, but then he replaced them with 2 17-year-olds. So you're going to have turnovers.
Penny, I mean, Gertie, come on, man. You got to admit, this is not good.
How can somebody be on a 17-year-old for turning over, but they can't jump on Westbrook in the NBA for turning over 7 times a game?
Wow.
Wait, Westbrook is a pro. I'm talking about Penny Hardaway. And listen, we know how basketball works. Like, you can, if you have a really good 15 U team, if you have a really good 15 U team, bro, you can go play 2 levels up at an AU tournament and compete and possibly win if you got studs. Like, the whole age thing is not that big a deal like it is in football.
But you're not going to beat teams experienced just like
Georgia.
When Boise and like Cincinnati, those teams can't compete with a Power 5 every year. But what happens? They develop their players. They stay 4 years, and that 1 year when they got all their seniors there, they're a problem. And in this situation, Penny is playing the talent guys. However, they're gonna, if they play the same at the end of the season. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Penny is a great coach, but they play the same at the end of the season. That means he developed them at all. I mean, he didn't develop them at all. But I think they're going to play way better from giving them these minutes and allowing them to make these mistakes.
There we go. We can transition now. You said it. You said Penny. You don't think Penny's a great coach. There we go. That's all I want to know. I just want you to admit that.
I never said he was a great coach. I mean, that's why he brought Larry Brown on too. And that's what people forget about Penny. They forget how he got into the coaching business. He didn't do the whole thing like go become a assistant with somebody. Like a lot of NBA players go be an assistant with an NBA coach, then they come maybe sit with one of the the coach for Duke or somebody, and they sit with.
Yeah, he skipped line because it's Penny. Mm-hmm.
No, his best friend. He started coaching in junior high. His best friend got colon cancer.
I know how he got started. Yeah. And he passed away. He took over.
Yeah, so then he stepped up to high school, and his high school teams won like 3 or 4 national championships. So that's how he got the opportunity, and he's a Memphis legend. That's how he got the opportunity, but he never went through the coaching, step by step. So he's learning on the job. If people forget that.
Oh, he is learning on the job, but Penny, when you say stuff like all the smoke, and when you come at Rick Barnes the way you have, and when you make yourself a target like this, you're going to be in the front news. You're going to be on the headlines, and
the reason he's standing out because his AAU teams and everything, they were clearly the most talented teams, and they was winning. So he's like, well, if I got the talent, I'm going to win.
Yeah.
But now he's finding out at the next level, it takes more than talent.
Exactly.
He's finding that out. It takes more than talent. And he's thinking, I still got the talent, but you're going to have to develop them. You're going to have to find, like what I like about what Rick does, he turned down players if they're not the right fit. Or he won't recruit them. And Penny don't understand that, too. You got whatever, just like what Hyper doing with the offense. You got to fit his mentality, or he's not recruiting you. He just, like Rodney Gardner ran out a whole bunch of defensive linemen. I'm like, what is he doing? We need depth.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, I can't coach them. They not fitting what I'm trying to do here. They got to go.
That's right.
I'll play with less until I get more. And sometimes Penny got to understand that. All the right, like what he did. I didn't like this. He brought back. I respect it, but I didn't like everybody that played for him, AAU and everything. He think, when the season started, like, hey, we got a chance to win a national championship. So I want all these guys that were with me from day one, to be here if we win a national championship. So he allowed the kids to come come back from Oregon. He allowed Harris to come back. Harris transferred, and these were kids that he coached early on in his career. And I respect it. They Memphis kids, and you want to see them have opportunity to win a championship, but at the same time, you don't have the playing time for them.
No, you got it. That's why Penny's being criticized the way he is. More from Stats by Will, 15 4 and 5 stars in the last 4 years, several staff changes, yet 2-12 versus top 25 teams with 4 straight years of bad offense. That's on Penny, man. Penny got to be a better coach.
But I'm being.
You're not hating. That's why I took it.
Now, look.
That's just facts.
It is facts. But with the way that Penny wanted to come at Rick Barnes a couple of years ago, I'm always going to put a little extra sauce on the Penny hate. I'll tell you that right now.
That's what I'm saying. Like when you throw shots at other coaches, when you do that, all you're doing is putting a bullseye on yourself to go out there and produce. And Penny's not doing that. Simple as that.
What is Brandon Huntley Hatfield supposed to be doing right now?
High school ball, along with
Jonas Adu,
along with Zakai Ziegler, reclassified. So those are 3 dudes.
How old is Kennedy Chandler?
Closer to you than he is to me. You tell me. 18.
My point is that he's a true freshman.
Young.
A true freshman.
Where's Kenny Chandler from?
Memphis.
Oh, okay.
Memphis, Maine, right in Penny's backyard. And here's the other thing about Penny. And look, I agree. Jalen Duren and Amani Bates, they should be terrific talents at the next level. But it's not like they're the only 2 guys on the team. Lil Short Shorts is still playing, making me want to throw up when I watch him. Lester Quiones.
Listen, there's no excuse to be losing by 19 to Iowa State and to be the worst in the league. Worse in the country at turnovers when you have this much talent. There's no excuse for it. I ain't hearing it. All right, let's go back to
I want to make one more point. The other bad look is that you had Boogie Ellis, a former 5-star, who went to Memphis and looked like he had never touched a basketball before in his life, and now he's balling out at USC. DJ Jeffries goes to Mississippi State, and he's looking better than he looked at Memphis. So you have talent in the program not living up to its potential, and then they leave the program and go elsewhere and are actually coached up and actually live up to their talent.
Yeah. See, and again, I still like Penny.
Not blank Penny.
This is just the facts here. I like Penny. I still like him from when he's a player. I love his shoes. I just don't like what he said about Rick. But I don't dislike Penny. This is just the truth. I forgot Gritty's football take. What was his football take you tried to transition to?
If you think Tennessee's going to finish strong in recruiting, which I do think that they
will.
That they do. And DeMario Tolan, the linebacker that Tennessee saw yesterday, I think that's a Tennessee-LSU battle. Sounds like he's going to head back to LSU this weekend, and he is an LSU commit still.
Man, wait till Brian Kelly get a hold of him and he's talking about himself the whole time. Hey, DeMario, let me tell you about me. It started off when I was born in 1942 in a little small house. My mama had to wash our clothes in the sink. 5 hours later, now I'm here. Don't you want to come play for me? It's all about me, baby.
So Tennessee's going to have to make it through this weekend. If they can withstand the weekend, then I think they'll be okay. Let's get to DR Vol before we hit our top of the hour break that we're 7 minutes late on.
DR Vol, good morning.
Oh, guys, the Tiger Vols are tore up. Don't you hate to see it?
Man, he is really conflicted. I feel bad for guys like Gritty Greg and Vol Nation this morning, man. Like those people that are from Memphis.
The C-Mac and
it's tough for them.
Devontae.
They grew up, in Memphis and Memphis basketball. This is when Tennessee basketball was terrible, and so I understand the conflict. I really do. But like, they're denying the truth today. They're denying it. Penny is not a good coach.
No.
They just
and
deny it.
I do like Penny way, way more than Calipari, but my God, people. Coach Fulmer once said something very smart.
Hey, man, you be quiet. You've been talking about Coach Fulmer in a bad way for the last 2 months.
Well, but now he's going to help me with my argument.
Okay, go ahead.
He once said that recruiting's been good, and I think that's what he was talking about with Penny.
Yeah.
I mean, because they've got more excuses. I feel like I'm back in college. Like, patient's got a cough and a fever. Let's look up all of what it could be. And that's how they're doing with the excuses for Penny on this.
Man, that's exactly what it is.
And I will put a little extra sauce on it. Don't come at Rick Barnes sideways. If you don't want a little sauce going your way, then don't come at Rick Barnes sideways and make him seem like he's just the devil and like his basketball team was trying to fight your whole team when your team is the one that stepped at him from the bench.
Man, I totally forgot about how he lied about that.
Lied out his rear end.
Penny needs an N95. He wanted all the smoke, but he's just choking on it right now.
Yeah, you don't want that smoke now.
He took that one puff and he inhaled too much. He's coughing. I got glaucoma.
I'm kind of disappointed. I was going to watch the movie Life. I figured out it was on Netflix last night, but I thought them losing to the god-awful Georgia team was funnier, so I guess I'm going to have to watch that tonight.
Yeah. Classic. One of my favorite movies.
Yep. Well, guys, I'm going to hop off here and just let me know if y'all going to eat your cornbread. See ya.
All right, see you, man. See you. Yeah, life. I can't even like recite what I want to recite from Life on here because there's so much stuff that you just can't say on radio. But like, it's one of my favorite movies ever, man. One of my favorite movies ever. Martin Lawrence, Eddie Murphy, all the other actors in that movie. Oh man, they're no longer with us today. Oh, just a masterpiece. 865-255-03. Hour 2 is brought to you by Action 247, Tennessee's only legal sports book. Follow them on Twitter at TNAction247. Use the Swain Event promo code where they will match your first deposit up to $400 for first-time customers. Action 247. Follow them on Twitter at TNAction247. Be right back. Stay with us.
that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
Good morning, Swain Event family. Several of you, like Ben McKee, have reached out to me for real estate assistance this year, and I want to say thank you. I appreciate your trust in me to ask questions and help you navigate the real estate world.
That's right, Jennifer. Buying a home is a scary process, especially for a first-time home buyer. Jennifer recently helped my wife and I buy our first home and made the entire process seamless. Her willingness to go above and beyond is what sets her apart.
As always, feel free to give me a call. Jennifer Morris, Keller Williams Realty, 865-257-7897, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com.
We're here with Dr. Michael Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine to discuss PRP, platelet-rich plasma. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, Achilles tendonitis, or tennis elbow, you should give them a call.
Good to be back, Jason. We specialize in non-surgical orthopedics, so we treat damaged tendons, ligaments, and joints, including rotator cuff injuries, knee injuries, and elbow and foot problems by using ultrasound-guided injections with PRP. And this form of treatment helps stimulate the body's own reparative process and assist in the healing of damaged tissue.
Doc, what makes your training different than others?
I've been practicing in Knoxville for over 26 years, and I'm certified in interventional regenerative orthopedic medicine through the American Academy of Orthopedic Medicine. They've been the leader in this form of treatment since 1983. I also teach this form of treatment on a national and international basis to other physicians, residents, and medical students. Here in our clinic, I'm the one doing the procedure, and we're using your own PRP, which are concentrated platelets, to treat your injury. So in other words, Jason, it comes from you and it goes back to you. So you know exactly what you're getting and know exactly the level of training involved.
Do what the pros, college athletes, and I have done, and visit them online at trsportsmedicine.com. Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, East Tennessee's leader in PRP therapy.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. Cheer on your favorite team with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
Touchdown or Turnover is backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
Touchdown or turnover, backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, the place where you belong. Better rates and better service. Hope you're having a great Tuesday morning. Swain Event fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Notre Dame has promoted Marcus Freeman to head coach. 35-year-old defensive coordinator Tommy Rees played quarterback for Brian Kelly at Notre Dame. He is a 29-year-old offensive coordinator. Touchdown or turnover, the hiring promotion from within at Notre Dame will negatively affect Tennessee's recruiting, touchdown or turnover?
This is interesting because Tennessee really isn't competing with Notre Dame for many recruits. The only recruit that I can think of off the top of my head is Carnell Tate, the 2023 receiver.
Mm-hmm. IMG.
Yes. Who was here for the South Alabama game. I think it was. South Alabama or Vanderbilt.
I think it was Vanderbilt, was it not?
It was Vanderbilt. It was this past weekend. Sorry. So much recruiting is just insane right now.
Man, I got your back.
I'm doing good to remember what took place Tuesday. And he really enjoyed it. And Devin Hyatt has been in his ear kind of about what Tennessee does with its receivers and different route concepts and things of that nature. But Carnell Tate's really the only Tennessee recruit, Tennessee target off the top of my head that I can think of that is really feeling Notre Dame. He was at Notre Dame twice this year for games. Carnell Tate was. So I'll say touchdown just because, I mean, even if it's just one recruit, I mean, it's still going to hurt Tennessee, in my opinion, just because there will be a sense of normalcy, I guess, since Marcus Freeman is being retained. There will be a sense of familiarity. Tommy Reese, the OC, is sticking around, and there's the defensive line coach sticking around, and the strength coach sticking around. There's quite a bit of people sticking around at Notre Dame. So Brian Kelly's gone, but it's pretty much going to be a very similar feel within the program. So I'll say touchdown.
It is a touchdown. It is not, it's not like life or death. It's not heartbreaking, but it is what it is. It is the correct answer. It is touchdown. It will negatively affect Tennessee's recruiting because you may not be able to take advantage of players entering the transfer portal because those guys may feel comfortable staying because everyone is back. All the staff members are like, all right, Brian, you can go, but we staying. We don't want to come coach with you at LSU. We staying right here. And so Tennessee's not the only school that's looking at Notre Dame as possibly rating their roster, saying, dang it, some of those guys might not enter the portal. They may want to stay. So, yeah, it negatively affects Tennessee recruiting. Now, Oklahoma is open for business. Open for business. But just to answer the question, truthfully, yeah. It's a touchdown. All right, let's get to the text box. QC Rodney says, what does it say about Kelly that hardly anyone is going with him? Well, it tells you everything that you need to know, something that we should have known already, because when Brian Kelly was the head coach at Central Michigan, NFL coaches now, Matt LaFever and Robert Saleh, I think that's Saleh, who is the head coach there with the Jets, and then Matt LaFleur is the head coach with the Packers. But those two guys were graduate assistants under Brian Kelly at Central Michigan. And the story is right there on ESPN from 2 years ago, where Brian Kelly invited these two assistants over for a party at Brian Kelly's home. And they thought they were going just to be a part of the party. But turns out Brian Kelly made them shovel the snow, park all the cars, and then at the end of the night, they had to go and get the cars again. Said in the article that when they went back to their tiny apartment that they shared as a graduate assistants and stood around the kitchen table, quote, "We decide that when we are in that position, we're never going to treat people the way we got treated." That tells you all you need to know about Brian Kelly. That's why those guys said, nah, we're going to stay here.
We've known for a while now that Brian Kelly is a D-bag. I mean, the book on him has been out there.
Mm-hmm.
This is no secret. Nothing new. I'm real interested to see how Brian Kelly works out at LSU. I think he is a top 5 head football coach in college football, and he's taking over arguably the best job in the country. So you would think that he is going to be successful, but it's just not that cut and dry. We all know how fits impact whether a coach is successful or not, and I do think that fits can maybe be overblown at times, and that's when people get into the whole, well, he's not from there, so he's not going to fit.
Yeah, that narrative.
It doesn't matter.
If you're a good person,
that translates anywhere.
Yeah, it translates anywhere, especially in the South. Like you would fit in quicker and better in the South if you come from the North and you a good person.
Yep.
But if you an a-hole from the North, you come down here, it's not gonna work.
Not gonna fly.
And for Brian Kelly, he's going to have to adapt.
Yes.
He's going to have to change.
Which is he going to be willing to? I mean, he's been around for a minute now. He's been in the game for a minute. Dropping everything.
Bumbling.
He's been in it for a hot minute, and you know what they say, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. But we'll see. Where's Josh Heupel from?
South Dakota.
Last I checked, that's a long ways from Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yeah, but I bet how he grew up is similar to how it is here in Knoxville. Humble beginnings, and he went from that little small town to Norman, which is even, I won't say smaller than where he's from, but it's small too. I think a guy like Josh Heupel can really fit in anywhere. Maybe not Rutgers, because you got to be a butthead to even coach and be in New York. It's just different.
Where's Nick Saban from?
West Virginia.
Oh, he seemed to fit in just fine in Baton Rouge and in Tuscaloosa. That's the point. Is that like South Dakota's a long ways away from Knoxville. He's not a Tennessean. He's not a Tennessee guy. Rick Barnes, a little closer. Very similar with Hickory, North Carolina, but he fit in well. Coming from Texas.
And Nick was, rougher around the edges at LSU than he is right now. He's more calm now, but I think there's a big misconception about Nick. Nick is a better person than Brian Kelly. He's a better person than Brian Kelly.
You see Brian Kelly trying to fit in after that press conference yesterday?
He was struggling, wasn't he?
Well, I didn't think. Well, what I saw, he wasn't struggling. I thought he was just sucking up. Oh yeah, I need you to tell me where the good food is. He's asking where some type of food was.
When he comes off as disingenuous,
it came off as he was kissing butt.
But
boosters don't care about that as long as the coach is giving them attention.
No one cares about it as long as he wins. That's the truth. Let's just cut to the truth here. No one's going to care if he wins. If he wins, it's not going to matter. But there are things that are required for him to be able to win. Like, he is going to have to change it up a little bit. He's going to have to adapt to get to the winning. It's not just going to happen at a place like LSU. It's different. It's different. So, anyways, let's get Turkey Man. Turkey Man, good morning.
Good morning, individuals. How we doing?
Man, wonderful. Blessed.
Well, you sound like you're good, doing well there.
Yep, healthy.
To you there on YouTube there this morning.
Healthy, no gas. I'm good.
Good deal. Hey, I want to talk about the playoff a little bit, if that's okay.
Yes.
Okay. Ohio State. Of course, the announcers. There's a lot of big name announcers in the ESPN realm that pulling for the Ohio State Buckeyes as they was announcing the game. I heard them. I didn't have a dog in the fight in that direction. But by chance, they're sitting there with 10 and 2. I think I've seen right. Sitting at 10 and 2 with not playing in their championship. If by chance Michigan got beat, they'd have a 2-loss. If by chance, which I think a good chance that Alabama will get beat, but you never know when the officials get in the playoff. They'll have two losses if they got beat, or if they didn't get beat, they'd have 1 loss. Cincinnati went there. I was looking all the way down to 8, and Ole Miss is sitting at 2 losses in the SEC. We know how that could have went if we got the calls going our way. Touchdown turnover. What's the chance of this thing being a total chaos, especially with 4 picks this year? And how do you see the worst scenario for the ones that's picking this to turn out and give them more heartburn?
Turkey Man, the worst scenario is Bama losing and still getting to the college football playoff. That'll be the worst scenario because you're gonna have let's say Oklahoma State wins, they're 11-1. Cincinnati, let's say they win, they 12-0. And then let's sit here and say that Iowa beat Michigan in the Big Ten championship and then takes them to 11-2. If Alabama loses and gets in over Notre Dame, then I think you're going to have some problems. People are going to really, 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 really question the credibility of the college football playoff, and people will be screaming bias because Alabama losing 2 games, one in the regular season and then one in the conference championship, even though it is to the best team in the country who is undefeated. That's like, if Alabama gets in over some one-loss teams, especially if they're beat by multiple scores, then that's probably going to be the worst scenario for the college football playoff, in my opinion.
It would be. It would be hideous, but it's not going to happen. I'm not going to say with 100% certainty that it won't happen, but I'm like 97, 98% sure that it won't happen. They're not going to put a 2-loss Alabama team that didn't really pass the eye test this year over a 1-loss Oklahoma State team that won its conference and beat Oklahoma, or a 1-loss Notre Dame team. They're not going to.
They shouldn't.
They shouldn't, and I don't think that they will. Again, I can't say that with 100% certainty, but I am extremely confident that they wouldn't. I would be absolutely stunned if Oklahoma State takes care of business and a 2-loss Alabama team gets in. I would be floored. You just can't do that. Just retire college football if a 2-loss Alabama team gets over a 1-loss conference champion from a Power 5 school. Just go ahead and do away with college football if that were to happen. And I don't care if Brian Kelly took the LSU job. If Alabama and Cincinnati lose, then Notre Dame deserves a shot at the playoffs. And quite frankly, I don't care if you're tired of seeing Notre Dame in the playoffs. They still deserve to be in, even with 1 loss. It's not about what they've done in the past. It's what they are doing currently, and they're 11-1. And even if they don't play in a conference and play an SEC schedule, it's still impressive to go 11-1 in college football.
If Georgia beats Bama, if Oklahoma State wins, if Cincinnati wins, and if Iowa beats Michigan, then the predictor says Georgia, Cincinnati, Oklahoma State, Notre Dame. So
I think for Alabama to get in, it's going to take utter chaos. Alabama with 2 losses, it's going to take utter chaos. It would take Cincinnati losing. It would take Oklahoma State losing. Maybe take Michigan losing. I mean, Alabama needs – if Alabama loses this weekend, which I think Alabama is going to lose this weekend – I don't know how you feel on the game, Swain, but I'm picking Georgia to win that one. If Alabama loses, which I expect it to do so, then it's going to need a lot of help to get in as a 2-loss team. I do not see them getting in over a 1-loss Oklahoma State, Notre Dame. They're not going to get in over an undefeated Cincinnati. They're not going to get in over 1-loss Michigan. Alabama needs a lot of help if it loses this weekend, in my opinion.
Yep, I agree. Never mind. 865-255-03. Hour number 2 is brought to you by Action 247, Tennessee's only legal sports book, where you can use the promo code Swain Event Right now, first-time customers can get a 100% match on your first deposit up to $400. Just use the promo code Swain Event. Download the Action 247 app right now, and take advantage of that awesome promotion going on with the Swain Event. The Irish Networks hotline, 865-255-03, is open. If you want to get in on the conversation, more than welcome to do that. Tonight, get a little Thursday night football, Ben.
Who's playing in the NFL tonight?
I think the Saints are playing. I think we get the Saints today.
All I know
Cowboys at the Saints. And the Saints are going to go with
Trevor Siemian?
Nope. Taysom Hill at quarterback. You got the Cowboys fighting COVID. Got coaches out. Mark Cooper is going to be back. And right now, Action 247 has a promotion for today, and that promotion is bet $50 on the first half spread between the Cowboys and the Saints, and Action 247 will give you a free $2 bet for every 10 rushing yards in the game. So bet $50 on the first half spread between the Cowboys and Saints, and then Action will give you a free $2 bet for every 10 rushing yards in the game. So, I mean, we're talking to Zeke Elliott, Taysom Hill. He's a dual threat guy. So there's going to be some rushing yards. So,
Alvin's probably not playing.
No. He's missed the last couple. Doesn't look like he's going to play in this one. But there'll be some rushing yards. So this is an awesome promotion right now, connected to the rushing in the first half of these Cowboys-Saints game tonight. 865-255-03. Be right back.
At work? Can't call in? Don't feel bad. You can talk to the guys on the text box. It's part of the free Swain Event app.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. Firms from Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham have stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local law firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. They are our neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at GarzaLaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. Cheer on your favorite team with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
Litter is a big problem in Tennessee, but together we can do big things. We can make our cities, our waterways, our roads cleaner and safer. The Tennessee Department of Transportation is committed to reducing litter in our communities, but we need your help to do it. There are over 100 million pieces of litter in our roads at any given time, and it costs TDOT about $19 million a year just to clean it up. The first step to keeping Tennessee beautiful is to rally behind these 3 simple words. Nobody trashes Tennessee. Join the Nobody Trashes Tennessee movement at NobodyTrashesTennessee.com. JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential.
It's Red Plastic Cop with some big news for you movie-making, content-creating video superstars. Show your mad skills and create a video of why it's so important to keep Tennessee litter-free. It's the TSSAA No Trash November Student Video Contest, sponsored by Nobody Trashes Tennessee. Go to NobodyTrashesTennessee.com.
Hey, it's Men's Health Month. So make sure to get all your levels tested with a comprehensive annual health assessment at Low T Center. They exclusively specialize in men's wellness. Low T Center now offers monitored self-inject at-home testosterone treatments for just $155 a month, self-pay, or is covered by most health insurance. And they ship directly to your home. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
It's Red Plastic Cop with some big news for you movie-making, content-creating video superstars. Show your mad skills and create a video of why it's so important to keep Tennessee litter-free. It's the TSSAA No Trash November Student Video Contest, sponsored by Nobody Trashes Tennessee. Go to nobodytrashestennessee.com/TSSAA for details. High school and middle school students can submit their video and receive scholarships and prizes provided by TSSAA. Word, peace out. Is that still a thing? Am I being too cool for the school kids? Just ask.
I just wanted to come by and congratulate you on the great work you've been doing.
I like your style. You remind me of a young me.
Failure is not an option.
That boy is good.
Always remind yourself, nobody built like you. You design yourself.
Attaboy. Attaboy is brought to you by Made in Tennessee Business Fiber Internet from Iris Networks. Find business solutions for you at irisnetworksusa.com.
IrisNetworksUSA.com. Iris Networks, your solution, business owners, for high-quality fiber internet and voice. 90 days, no payment for business internet. That brings us Attaboy, where we highlight positivity, we highlight good stories, people doing good things, and, showing love to other people, adding value to the lives of other people. Good work. What we got today for the good people, Ben?
I am giving Tennessee head football coach Josh Heupel an attaboy because no Power 5 head coach in their first year in 2021 won more football games than Josh Heupel. No FBS Power 5 coach who is in their first year with their program won more games this year than Josh Heupel, who won obviously 7 games, which is a difference of 4 wins compared to last season. Tennessee went 3-7. Shane Beamer at South Carolina and Brian Harsin at Auburn, each won 6. Shane Beamer also had a +4 in the difference from last year. South Carolina went 2-8 in 2020. Brian Harsin did not make much of a difference. Auburn also won 6 games in 2020 like they did last year. Brett Bielema was +3 with 5 wins. Steve Sarkisian, who everybody was riding his jockstrap, was a difference of -2 in the wins compared to the previous season. Texas went 5-7. Lance Leipold, Clark Lee were +2, despite going 2-10 because Kansas and Vanderbilt won 0 games the year prior. And Arizona also won 0 games the year prior, and Jed Fish went 1-11 this year, so that was +1. So no Power 5 coach won more football games in the first season than Josh Heupel. Now, in terms of all coaches in college football, I went back and looked at it on Sunday. Josh Heupel was not the first-year head coach with the most wins in the entire country when you take into consideration the group of 5 schools as well. I'm trying to find my tweet. Here it is. Blake Anderson at Utah State won 9 games. That was the most by any first-year head coach. And then Gus Malzahn at UCF won 8 games. So if UCF loses its bowl game and Tennessee wins its bowl game, then Josh Heupel could potentially tie Gus for second most. But out of the Power 5 coaches, Josh Heupel won the most out of the first-year coaches.
That's good right there. I'm going to California, where a varsity football team is impressing the state's athletic world. And I would go a little bit further and say the world, impressing the world, as the limited 23-player roster has gone undefeated, 12-0 through 12 games, even though all 23 players and their coach, they're deaf. They don't play in a hard-of-hearing league. They are beating hearing teams, sometimes by huge margin, all while using American Sign Language to communicate on the field. The Cubs varsity team for Riverside, California has no pedigree, of success. They've lost every single game for the previous 7 seasons. Now, their incredible transformation, which has landed the school in the championship game for the first time in its history, has drawn an endless stream of well wishes and messages, including from NFL franchises. That is my attaboy for today. Deaf football team goes 12-0 on its way to the California State Championship, and they're playing against other teams that can hear, and their coach is deaf, and all their players are deaf, and they are making it work. They're making it work. This is awesome. I know this story will hit home with Volstorm, and this is a really, 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 really good story here. So I'll put this on the show notes on the app if you guys want to read more about it. So that's my attaboy for today. 865-255-03, Irish Networks hotline. Who do we have?
We got Jay.
Jay, good morning, Jay.
Well, Swain, probably one of my all-time favorite sneakers is the Nike Air Penny 2.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of my all-time favorite sneakers. But maybe kind of Penny is just what he is, and that's an AAU coach.
Yep.
No disrespect.
It's just true. Just true.
I mean, the guy's got 2, maybe top 5 draft picks, and he's out here losing to Georgia and Iowa State.
Iowa State won 2 games last year.
17 points. They lost to Iowa State by.
And it's the lack of interest that the players seem to have within the loss and the turnovers
at the beginning of the season. Lack of interest.
Yes. Now, look, I'm not going to completely write off Memphis because they looked like this at the beginning of last season as well, and Memphis really turned it around. And as I have talked about several times on the show, they at the end of last season, I know it's fun to make the jokes about the NIT. I don't care that they were in the NIT. They were playing as good a basketball as just about anybody in the country. And I think had they been able to make the NCAA tournament, had they not gotten off to such a bad start, I think they would have made a run. But the beginning of the season really hurt them. So maybe Penny is able to help kind of turn it around this year. He's got Larry Brown on his side, so that'll help. So I don't want to completely write him off to be fair, but I am going to enjoy the Memphis L's as of right now.
Well, Penny was one of my favorite players growing up. I really like Penny, so he was one of my favorite guys in the league. So, but when you kind of say some of the things he said, you're going to get criticism, especially from Tennessee fans.
Yep.
But
same reason Lane did when Lane was at Tennessee and he was spouting off at the mouth.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, it comes with it, man. You better be able to back it up. With the last time we played in Atlanta was 2007. Since then, considering the roster we have and the lack of depth and the lack of talent, considering that when you look at most metrics, we're the first or second hardest schedule in the country. Is this the most impressive coaching job in a single season since 2007? Because I know we won 9 games with Butch, but Butch blew the East. And I couldn't think of any other seasons where I was like, this is a more impressive coaching job.
This is the most impressive coach. This coaching job is more impressive than 2007. 2017 had a ton of NFL players on it. I mean, you got.
So would you say 0-1, Swain, when we won, when we were, probably should have played for a national title, or I mean, where does this rank? I guess to me, this is up there. This has to be up there in the last 20 years.
It's hard, man, because you're comparing a coach that won with NFL talent, and some people would argue that that Coach Fulmer underachieved with all that talent. People, some people will say that. So it's hard to, ignore that side of the argument, and then also say it was one of the best coaching jobs, and compare it to this, because this team finished the season with 69 scholarship players that won 3 games the year before, that have players on this team that probably should be playing at Akron or somewhere. And it's hard to point out a bunch of NFL dudes from this squad. Like, it's hard for me to compare. I mean, it's just a great coaching job, but trying to compare it to some of the best coaching jobs in the last 20 years, I mean, it's hard because, again, those teams were like super, super talented from a talent standpoint, but didn't reach
its full potential.
Yeah, didn't reach their full potential.
Would you all consider Lane Kiffin's coaching job in 2009 a really good coaching job? I was not following the ins and outs like I do now.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah, it was a good job. It was a good job.
So would it be fair to say that I think Josh Heupel's is more impressive than Lane's off the top of my head.
Lane had more talent.
Correct. So that's why I'm saying that I think Josh Heupel's is more impressive, but is this year the first coaching job that Tennessee fans can truly be proud of since that 2009 season.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I would describe it.
You may be right, yeah, because Butch, I mean, we blew the East. That's the thing with those 2 9-win seasons. Butch really blew it, and so yeah, you may be right about that. I think this is the thing with that 2009 season is Lane. I'm pretty sure we got killed by Virginia Tech in a bowl game, and that kind of ended on a sour note. But yeah, I think this is one of the most impressive coaching jobs that I've seen in the last 20 years at Tennessee. And I thought the 2001 team was great. I mean, Johnny Long told me to my face that was the most talented team he's ever seen at Tennessee.
Yep.
And so I thought that was a good job. But I think what Heupel's done here is pretty remarkable. I don't know what it means, but I was watching his UCF team in 2020 play 7th-ranked Cincinnati, who was undefeated and had a really, really stout defense. Marcus Freeman was their DC, who's now the head coach at Notre Dame, and he lit them up like a Christmas tree with that UCF offense. And that he had comparable talent, and he just lit them up. And I am interested to see what Heupel does here when he gets some talent. But before I get out of here, guys, what in the world was the reasoning for not wanting Jameer Gibbs? Like, what were they thinking?
DB.
Pruitt and company.
They had worked him out of DB.
Well, Austin said this on Tuesday that Jim Chaney didn't think he was, fast enough, or just didn't think he was good enough to play running back.
Yeah, just didn't like him. Just didn't like him in running back. Didn't really give a reason, but just didn't like him in running back. Maybe it was his size, but just didn't like him at running back, and then that's why he started working at DB.
Back? What'd you say?
Wasn't he not like one of the highest rated running backs in the country or something?
I don't know off the top of my head.
That's crazy.
I mean, he went to Georgia Tech. I would assume not.
Well, I've heard we burned that bridge, so
we did.
Looks like we're not going.
That's the thing, Jay. That's another thing too, Jay. Is like, I understand if a player feels like he has a chip on his shoulder and needs to have a chip on his shoulder because, a staff did not believe in you. But to look at that school and have a bad taste in your mouth at that school, knowing that no one that was on the previous staff that evaluated you, that probably didn't believe in you, that are here, you still have that type of animosity, type of feeling towards that school. I just don't. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it.
You're missing out on a potential blessing.
Yeah, and he's good. Like, he'll have a chance to, go somewhere else and be a good player. So I'm not sitting here saying Tennessee's the only place he can go. But if he grew up wanting to play at Tennessee, and he's letting the fact that one person, and if you want to add 2, Because Pruitt could have overridden Jim Chaney. He's a head coach. He could have said, "No, man, this is a running back. I mean, he's supposed to be able to evaluate talent, even though he's a defensive guy. You know, you coached at Hoover, you coached at Alabama, Florida State, Georgia. You can't sit here and just blame it on Jim Chaney. You're the head coach. So if you think he's a running back, you think he's good, then you could have overridden Jim Chaney. You did it to him anyways in other situations when it comes to play calling, so you could have did it here. But two guys, it's probably the reason why Jameer Gibbs didn't end up being involved. You can't let two guys, two people, ruin your feelings of an entire school program based on two dudes who are not even here yet. And now you have an offense that's tailored perfectly for you, where you can be featured and be used. Now I get it. If you want to go play at Alabama, Ohio State, where you can, win and, be coached up by some great coaches. Listen, I understand. I'm not going to sit here and make a case why Tennessee is a better place for you to be than Alabama, Ohio State. I totally get it. If it's about, winning and playing in big games right now. But if it's about, going to a place where you've always wanted to be and being used and having better exposure and, being in a positive culture, then I think he should take a serious look at Tennessee. But I just hate that when one staff does something wrong and then the staff is replaced, like that person still has the same feeling about the school and ignoring the fact that the old staff is not here. That's what I hate. I wouldn't do that. I would judge Tennessee based on who they are right now, not who they was when Jeremy Pruitt was the coach. Swain Event, be right back.
For what is coming up on the Swain Event.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. Firms from Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham have stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local law firm? A true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. They are our neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at GarzaLaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Hey there, Swain Event listeners. I'm excited to share my new Keller Williams Realty app so you can tour homes without leaving yours. Not only can you search for homes in specific areas and neighborhoods, you can also have access to real-time market snapshots on stats like average home price and days on market, plus commute times from your office, school zones, and much more. Download my app today and get the most accurate information on buying, selling, and investing in real estate in your area. Just search for the Keller Williams Realty app and click on More in the lower right-hand corner. Type in Jennifer Morris in the Your Agent search bar, then save and you're set. And as always, feel free to reach out at 865-257-7897 or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. There is no better restaurant in town to enjoy the madness of March with. Cheer on the Vols and the Lady Vols with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
If you're coming to Knoxville and need a place to stay, do yourself a favor and book a room at Hampton Inn Paper Mill, also known as the Hampton on the Hill. This award-winning property is literally in the top 5% of all Hampton Inn properties. The GM, Stephen Lawrence, is a good old local boy who grew up in the business around Knoxville. He and his staff are always available, always willing to help, and will go above and beyond for their guests. The newest Hampton Inn in Knoxville has clean, affordable rooms, flat screens, fridges, and microwaves in every room. Plus, breakfast is included in every rate. Not to mention, there's also a pool and fitness center on site. If it wasn't so close to amazing restaurants, bars, and shopping, you would never want to leave. At only 6 miles from campus, you're still right in where the big orange action is. Go to HamptonInn.com, search Knoxville, and book your room at the Hampton Inn Paper Mill or call 865-693-5400.
Hey, it's Men's Health Month, so make sure to get all your levels tested with a comprehensive annual health assessment at Low T Center. They exclusively specialize in men's wellness. Low T Center now offers monitored self-inject at-home testosterone treatments for just $155 a month, self-pay, or is covered by most health insurance. And they ship directly to your home. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare. Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. Firms from Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham have stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local law firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. They are our neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at GarzaLaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
At Iris Networks, we know that business communication solutions are critical to your success. Since 1998, we've been helping businesses in East Tennessee by providing reliable and affordable high-speed fiber internet and voice solutions. That's why Iris Networks is your Tennessee communications partner. With internet speeds up to 100 gigs and work-from-anywhere solutions like mobile apps, video conferencing, and file sharing, we make sure you can stay connected to your customers and great communities we live and work in. Iris Networks, because just like you, Tennessee is our home.
There are articles and news stories that you read about the things that people do. And when you're reading those and you start to shake your head, you start to scratch your head a little bit. You get confused. You don't understand why. You start to ask questions. But really, there's only one question that matters. What is that question, you may ask?
For what?
All right, it's time for what here in the Swain Event. Let's get to it. Back in the day, you used to get them whoopings by your parents, and they used to tell you that this is going to hurt me more than to hurt you. You didn't believe it because they whooping you. You don't realize that until you turn to a parent. And you say, oh, yeah, I do understand what my parents was talking about. This is actually going to hurt me because I like Chase Claypool. He's one of the best up-and-coming young receivers in the league, plays for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ben's Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm not rubbing this in to get under Ben's skin at all. But he deserves a for what. The reason why he deserves a for what is because after the Pittsburgh Steelers got embarrassed by the Cincinnati Bengals, there's no reason to go over the score, talk about the score. It was bad. It was rough. But after getting beat down, Claypool was asked what can help make the Steelers better. We all know it starts at practice with executing in practice so that way it carries over to the game and executing in the game. Claypool answered about how to make things better by saying music being played at practice would make practice more fun. This was his answer. Music would make practice more fun. Cam Hayward a veteran, a leader on that team. Here's why I get to for what. Because now Mike Tomlin has had to answer questions about it. Cam Hayward on WDVE, the morning show there in Pittsburgh, had to answer for Claypool's comments. He said, I hope he was kidding, because as soon as he said it, I was literally about to rip the speaker out. That is not what we need right now. It's X's and O's, and it's execution. No, he wasn't kidding. He was dead serious. Minka Fitzpatrick says, I think we have to change how we move during the week, whether that's getting more reps in practice, going at a faster pace during walkthroughs. Minka Fitzpatrick said nothing about music. So Claypool just created even more distraction by his comment about music being played at practice is possibly the remedy to fix the Steelers' problems on the football field. He gets it for what?
Mike Tomlin was not happy.
He was not happy at all.
Saying that Claypool's a wideout.
I'll let him do that.
I'm going to let him do that. I'll make sure we run practice the way it needs to be run.
But Mike understands that receivers are different. They're different. And Chase Poole is no Anthony Brown. He's no Anthony Brown. So you got to go ahead and get, Claypool in his place, move forward. This is the first time we've heard anything about Chase Poole, and there's no reason to sit here and put him in the same conversation as Antonio Brown, or question his loyalty and question his work ethic. He just had a boneheaded comment about what he thought could help. He's a young player. He's in his second year. He's a young player. He that's college. It's about execution at the NFL level. So yeah, Mike Tomlin, who is my favorite coach in the league, he says Claypool plays wide out. I'll let him do that. I'll formulate the practice approach, and I think that's the division of labor that is properly appropriate. Mike Tomlin got that super smart clap back at all times.
Tomlin has the best quotes. Tomlinisms,
Always.
as they say in Pittsburgh.
He's the best, man. I love me some Mike Tomlin. Love him. Love him, love him, love him. All right.
I'm not ending for what without talking about a worse
What you got?
football team.
What you got? The Lions, what the Lions do this week?
No, I'm going to the college version of the Lions.
Oh, okay. Going to Vanderbilt?
The Vanderbilt Commodores.
Vanderbilt.
Get a for what?
What they do this time?
For being the only team in the SEC to not reach a bowl game. And helping several teams get to a bowl game.
Appreciate you.
Missouri needed that win over Vanderbilt. South Carolina needed that win over Vanderbilt.
Appreciate you.
Tennessee did not need the win over Vanderbilt to make it to a bowl game. Florida needed the win over Vandy to get to a bowl game. I mean, they quite literally helped 3 teams get to a bowl game because they are so bad, and they are the only team in the SEC that did not make a bowl game.
For the first time in history, all 13 teams made a bowl game inside of the SEC. Vanderbilt, the only team. Vanderbilt, and this example or this comparison is so profound and poetic because it's Vanderbilt, right? They are the best academic institution inside of the SEC, but Vanderbilt basically did not show up for any of the group project meetings and put their name on the paper as the paper was being turned in to get an A. Every time they collect those checks from the SEC, all they're doing is just putting their name on the paper.
It is amazing how Vandy does not feel like an SEC team.
Not in football.
The only sport that they feel like they're an SEC team is baseball. I mean, even men's basketball right now doesn't. Because and part of the basketball team's problem is that they are associated with the football program. Like just the Vanderbilt football team has just taking a dump on the entire Vanderbilt athletics moniker. It's just guilt by association. Like, they for real should not be in the SEC.
And the women's basketball is terrible, too.
Yes.
I mean, they have been 12th or worse in the SEC since 2016.
Ugh.
It's
the only thing they have right now is baseball.
That's it.
And name recognition with Jerry Stackhouse and Scottie Pippen Jr. That's the only thing they got.
That's it.
But thank you for the dub. Appreciate you.
Easy dub, too.
Appreciate ya.
We play like poo in that game, and still the game was never in doubt. You know, Theo Jackson had the pick six. Had some good stuff here and there, but I don't know what the defense was doing.
But Swain, why would you ever criticize a win over Vanderbilt on Senior Day and that 45-21 win? Why would you criticize that?
Because it wasn't good. Wasn't a good performance. But that's how bad Vanderbilt is. You cannot have a good performance and still beat them the way you did. But I mean, I don't care for Senior Day. I don't care if it's raining. Vanderbilt should never be converting fourth downs like that the way they did. Because they didn't do that against anybody. But anyways.
They did against Connecticut and Colorado State.
Did they have a 20-play drive?
Oh, no, probably not.
Picking up multiple fourth downs and ones.
Okay, can we go to break now?
That's a line of scrimmage scenario of who wants it more. You picked up multiple fourth downs and ones, running the same play over and over and over.
I'm ready for break.
Listen, I can love the victory and also point out some bad things in that football game. Got to clean that up. Because we need a bowl win, baby. We got to get a bowl win. We got to get this to 8 wins. We need a bowl win. Carry this momentum over into 2022. That's what we need. So we got to clean that stuff up. Hour 3 coming up.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. Firms from Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham have stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local law firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. They are our neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at GarzaLaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help. Hey, it's Men's Health Month, so make sure to get all your levels tested with a comprehensive annual health assessment at Low T Center. They exclusively specialize in men's wellness. Low T Center now offers monitored self-inject at-home testosterone treatments for just $155 a month, self-pay, or is covered by most health insurance. And they ship directly to your home. Go to lowtcenter.com now to book your appointment. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare. Fellas, when it's time to freshen up that wardrobe, there's only one play to make, and that's to go see my friends at Mark Nelson Denim in downtown Knoxville. Find the latest in small batch denim in the heart of Knoxville. Denim isn't all they do, though. Mark Nelson also does custom suiting and blazers. Let your personal style shine with Mark Nelson. If you don't have time to go shopping for yourself, but still want that fresh look, then sign up for the MN Society. Let the experts handle the shopping and get $300 worth of merchandise for just $150 every other month. That's 6 times per year to keep you looking styling every day. Let Mark Nelson Denim help you be the best you, because when you look good, you feel good. Go to marknelsondenim.com.
At Iris Networks, we know that business communication solutions are critical to your success. Since 1998, we've been helping businesses in East Tennessee by providing reliable and affordable high-speed fiber internet and voice solutions. That's why Iris Networks is your Tennessee communications partner. With internet speeds up to 100 gigs and work-from-anywhere solutions like mobile apps, video conferencing, and file sharing, we make sure you can stay connected to your customers and great communities we live and work in. Iris Networks, because just like you, Tennessee is our home.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and LowTCenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Let's get to the phones. Iris Networks Hotline, Hour 3 is powered by Low T Center and LowTCenter.com, reinventing men's health care. All right, Cortoval, what you got?
Good morning, y'all. What's up?
Good morning.
Got some balled up fish out here this morning. We salty today. Salty.
Oh, man.
Listen, man, I was eating that up earlier around when y'all started the show. I was loving that. I dunk on them Tennessee lights out there out west in Memphis. Oh, Low T is what they need to be called, Low T.
There's no excuse for what Memphis is doing. You got all that talent, and there's no excuse to be last in the country in turnovers and be getting beat down by Iowa State like that, losing to Georgia like that. There's no excuse. Just like that whole youth stuff don't fly. Tennessee has the Kai Ziegler. You got Brandon Huntley Hatfield. You got young dudes on this team, and you watch them play each and every game. They're playing more minutes, and they look more and more comfortable, and they look like they're getting better each and every game. There's no excuse for that.
And I hate that Penny has to be the way that he is, Cortonval, because I've got a lot of love for West Tennessee and Memphis. Shout out to Mumford. But why does Penny have to be the way that he is?
He's a bum.
That is a great way to put it. He is a bum.
Y'all saying that.
A lion tricking bum.
Oh, y'all are choosing violence.
No, Penny chose violence when he wanted to act all tough that first year that he was head coach of the Tigers. When he thought he was going to do something of significance, when the only thing he did was raise an NIT banner.
All he was doing was writing a check that his butt couldn't cash.
We better not lose to him, because that would be 2 out of 3.
You know the Tennessee way.
Man, we better not lose to him.
We'll lose by 20.
Better not lose.
We'll play our worst game of the year.
Bob Vescovi, Santiago Vescovi, all of them need to show up. All 3 different guys need to show up.
Cortoval, would you rather beat Memphis or Kentucky right now?
There you go.
I'd rather beat Penny. I'd rather beat Memphis right now.
I don't know, man.
Probably
go with both. Why not both?
Because I didn't ask. I didn't get that as an option.
I hate these questions.
Oh, see, that's not fair.
But see, you got to think. This is probably the last time Tennessee and Memphis are going to play for a while. Tennessee's had a lot of success over Kentucky and Coach Cal of late. We can afford a loss to make sure we hand Penny an L.
Yeah, my answer is both.
I would love to beat them down by at
option.
least 15 to 20, and then I'm okay with losing in the regular season to Kentucky if we can turn around and beat their butts in the SEC tournament.
Yes.
To win the final.
Yes. See, there you go, Cortonval. There you go.
It's about what you do later in the year, not what you do at the beginning of the year. But anyway, speaking of losing to Tennessee, right? Did y'all see Clark Lee's comments after the game?
About how he was angry and this would never happen again as long as he's the head coach at Vanderbilt.
And I looked at that, and I did the bruh face, because I was like, what? Do you know something we don't know? That next year is probably going to be like your last game against Tennessee as a Vandy head coach?
What did he mean? Like, not going to happen again as far as like losing by that margin or like losing period?
He said it wasn't going to happen again, especially in Neyland. I'll never leave Neyland feeling this way again.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Oh, that means he won't be the coach in 2 years. That's what he's saying.
That's what I was thinking too. So I was like, boy, that was prophetic right there, Clark Lee. That was the most uninspired football team I think I've ever watched.
What, Vanderbilt?
Yeah, oh my Lord. They were like
and they was
sleepwalking.
They was fist pumping when they was converting those fourth downs on us.
I tell you what, when they got that Hail Mary at the end of halftime, they celebrated as if they had just won the national championship. They celebrated just as much as Tennessee did when it caught the Hail Mary against Georgia.
But that's the thing about Vanderbilt. That's what makes Vanderbilt so annoying.
Yes.
Is that they know they're not good, and when you don't beat them down, and I mean like make them want to quit. Even when you beat them, they'll still be smiling. They'll still be celebrating because they'll look at it as a moral victory, and they'll twist it and turn and go, man, you only beat us by 18 points. You didn't even cover. Like that's what they do. That's why you have to beat the brakes off of them. You have to beat them by 40 or 50 points. You have to because they're the only school that will do that. They'll do that. They'll turn it around and go, well, you didn't cover. You didn't. Yeah. Like, no, that's not the way it's supposed to work. But because they are a terrible football program and a terrible football team, that's how they find joy in a season where they only won 2 games. 2-10.
One last thing out the door, Ben. What was the score of that game?
Which game?
The Tennessee Vanderbilt final.
45-21, right?
Yep.
How embarrassed would you be if Tennessee let the Reddit college football people run its account for the day?
I'll be embarrassed.
I'd be so pissed.
Yeah, I'd be embarrassed. We don't need to hire a third party, whatever Reddit is, to try to drum up interaction, knowing that the interaction is going to come from other fan bases and not your own.
Because you don't have a fan base.
Exactly. Your own fan base is not even paying attention. So let's hire Reddit and try to troll Tennessee.
You big sack of bums.
To try to get some engagement. Because you want that engagement numbers to increase so that way you can go out and try to sell it and get some sponsors because you're having a hard time getting some donors for that stadium that you're trying to rebuild. Oops. So, like, don't be trying to troll Tennessee. You're better than that.
I'm really mad that Tennessee did not beat Vanderbilt down even more.
I'm telling you, man. Just listen. I'm happy for the win, but man, I sure wanted it to be worse. I wanted it to be worse. It was 42-17 last year. Tennessee was 3-6 at the time, and Vanderbilt was 0-9, and Tennessee put the smack down on them, 42-17. Anyways, maybe next year.
Maybe we should have played Harrison Bailey all along because Harrison Bailey played in that game last year.
Yeah, right. We played better at our second home, anyways.
West End.
West End.
Well, good. We can warm up for next season when we're there for the spring game.
Speaking of being in Nashville.
Oh, I've got speaking of being in Nashville for you.
Since Tennessee's going to be in Nashville, more than likely for the spring game because Tennessee's doing renovations to the stadiums. I caught wind that there's a problem with the renovations. Like, so people have a problem with the renovations?
Yeah, because they're taking seats out.
That's the only problem?
Some people's seats are being eliminated.
Oh, okay. Well, I understand that.
Like we talked about.
I understand that. If your seat being eliminated, you used to that seat, whatever, cool.
But I haven't seen a lot of.
But the project itself, like the renovation project itself, people who are not affected by the seating, I hope no one has a problem with making improvements to your stadium.
I haven't seen anybody complaining, honestly.
Oh, okay. I just saw other people complaining about other people complaining. So I was wondering. I just wanted to make sure.
I'm sure there's somebody out there, but I have not seen much of it. The only complaints I have seen are really with the new season ticket plans, and again, that's all going to be based off of how it affects each individual. Some people are going to be affected more than others.
I mean, listen, I understand that.
Those
stance.
are the only complaints I've seen.
I understand that stance. If you've been used to your seats for a certain amount of time, and that's going to change, I totally get it. But again, just if you are generally feeling a certain type of way because Neyland Stadium is going through renovation, I don't understand that, because we have so much pride in our stadium. We use it when we're bragging to other fan bases. We use it to sell recruits. We talk about how Neyland Stadium is one of the best stadiums in the country. Why wouldn't you want to service it and go through upgrades? You don't let something that you love not get attention when it needs it. And Neyland Stadium needs attention. It needs upgrades. It needs to be, you need to put some paint on the walls. Like, it needs that in a big way. It's old. It's old. So it needs that. It needs that love and attention. So I was just wondering.
You know what else I caught wind of? Speaking of Tennessee being in Nashville for football for the spring game.
What's that?
Baseball team may join them. May get an SEC series on the road during the same weekend.
No, that's
taking over.
That's perfect.
Nashville potentially in the Sound Stadium.
That's perfect.
May get an SEC baseball game out there.
That is perfect.
Same weekend.
Perfect. Steeler Vol says need to keep it at a minimum 100,000.
Yes, Steeler Vol. I like you for multiple reasons. Probably my favorite person on the text box for sure. But also, your point is spot on. I know Swain hates having nice things that we can brag about.
No, I don't care about the number.
You should. You should take pride in it.
If the stadium if the stadium is louder with 99, 99, 99 than they are with 100, then give me 99.
But it's not humanly possible to have 99,999 and be louder than 102,455.
It is possible if that one person is not saying anything.
Okay, but the same people that are in there for 102,455 are going to be the same people in there for 99,999.
If you want to tell yourself, that's fine. I just don't care about the number. Because I've seen other stadiums with less be loud. I just don't care. But the latest information that I got was that it's not going to go under 100. It's not going to go under 100. So it's going to stay over 100,000 people.
I think Tennessee should say it's over 100, even if it's not actually over 100 after the renovations are done.
That's fine too.
People aren't going to know. They're not going to go out there and count.
I mean, people over here arguing about the attendance from the Vanderbilt game. My goodness, really?
No comment.
So it's going to stay over 100. Last time I checked, which was a week or two ago, that's in the plans. But I saw pictures from some of the construction, and whew, I'm more excited than sad or mad about it. I'm excited about the upgrade that Neyland Stadium's going to get. I'm excited about some of the upgrades that are going around the football facility. We need to understand that other programs have been upgrading and improving things for the last 2 decades. And during that time, we have kind of fell behind. I know it's hard to believe, but it's true. So we got to do some upgrades too.
Well, can we do some upgrades to the things that will actually help instead of adding a bar? Like, can we renovate and upgrade the concession stands that take forever to get something from, or the bathrooms?
That's been being improved on during the season. That's been addressed during the season.
Yes, by adding more people in there. But
no,
can we make it more user friendly?
Oh yeah, but you can do both, right?
Yes.
Okay.
When did I say that you can't do both?
You can do both. I didn't say you're saying. I'm just adding that you both can be done. You can chew bubble gum, walk at the same time. You can do renovations to the stadium, and then also make the concession experience better for people too. And now you got a whole off season after Danny White's first year and Josh Heupel's first year to make those adjustments and corrections. And Danny White's staff can work on that. You got a whole off season to work on those things. That's why you have a staff. Everyone get a little piece of the pie as far as responsibilities and things they need to focus on, and you delegate. And I'm sure that'll be better next year. But I'm looking forward to seeing how Neyland Stadium looks, and I like the bar. Bring me the bar. I want to see it. I want to see the extra video board. Can't wait to see it. Let's go. Let's get loud. Loud. And I'm pumped about the Vol sign going back up too. Let's go. All right, who's on the phone?
Volstorm.
Volstorm, good morning.
Yes, bring on the bar. That way we don't have to sneak liquor in anymore.
I know, right? I know.
Okay, but you're going to spend a whole quarter trying to get alcohol instead of watching the game?
Have you met me?
That's right. You are typically already intoxicated, so I don't think there will be any trips to the bar for you.
And you haven't heard any complaints. Are you new to this fan base?
Nope.
You act like it.
No, I just won't spend my time all day on social media feeding into the trolls like you do.
I don't have to feed into them. They're self-starters.
I really haven't seen anybody complaining about the renovations. I know we got a comment here on the text box that somebody was complaining about the renovations in Danny White's first year. Brandon B says that he saw a tweet that was pissed that Danny White is making renovations in year one, and it's a state school, so it should be a public vote.
It's been these renovations.
Ignore that one. Ignore that.
Yeah, the renovations were in the movement before Danny White was the AD, so that was already going in that direction.
Well, they had posted pictures of the renovations to the stadium, and you had a lot of outcry of, well, those seats have been there for generations and blah, 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 blah. Look, best quote I ever saw was Bob Noxious on Twitter, who said, the Coliseum in Rome still has the original seats. Nobody plays there.
That's a good one.
I think it's also important to remember that the comments of a few don't make up the opinion of a whole group of people. Like, there's obviously not every single person is going to be happy about the renovations. There are going to be some people who complain, but just because you see a complaint or two or a couple on social media doesn't mean that it's the consensus amongst Vol fans.
My thing is, if it does not personally affect your seat, I don't understand how you can have a issue with it. That's
exactly how I feel.
That's my thing, because I know somebody that this is personally affecting their seat, so they have a right to feel the way they want to feel. Like, I get it, but if it's not personally affecting your seat, how can you not be positive and optimistic or semi-excited about getting a new toy, being able to sell something new to your boosters, donors, and recruits, knowing that you are in an arms race every single day as far as facility upgrades with every team that you play in this conference. And you get a chance to say, yeah, we just took a step forward. We took a step in that arms race of facilities. Like, I don't understand why that's an issue, and why does anyone have a problem with that does not own those particular seats. That's my only thing.
Look, we had media members complain about the attendance, but now y'all go bitch about renovations? Man. I mean, come on.
Man. I ain't touching that.
Guys, let's get to the heart of the matter.
What's that, Volstorm?
All these Tiger Vol fans out there, I haven't really heard them this morning. I heard one.
Yeah, we heard one. He was a good phone call. He was trying.
No Papa T, no C-Mac getting on there, trying to defend their boy.
Now, C-Mac said he is not defending Penny.
There's no defending him at this point. He is underperforming.
When I asked him about taking that L last night, he was like, NC State didn't lose. And I'm like, no, you're not getting out of this one.
Yeah, it took NC State 4 overtimes to win last night.
Oh, guys, before I go, you need to give Clark Lee a little bit of credit. He was correct in what he said that he never, he doesn't want to feel that way again after Neyland Stadium because it always hurts worse the first time. See you, boys!
Oh, my gosh. I can't believe it. My goodness. Colorado Vol says, we're in a good place when the biggest complaint is stadium renovations. Vol from Charlotte says Neyland is getting better. When that stadium is packed, you are sitting on top of each other. Some of y'all like that. T. Diddy says these people need to stop complaining and enjoy Danny spending Peyton's money. Barbell Vol says, I had my earbuds in once Vol Storm called in. Never again.
See, y'all, at this point, y'all have to make some in-game adjustments as well. Like, you hear us bringing on Vol Storm, turn your dial down, take the earbuds out for 2 seconds.
You know
what's about to happen when you hear Vol Storm is about to come on.
But I will tell you this, next week, that won't be an issue. At least it shouldn't be. Golly, hopefully Vol Storm won't be drinking Earl Grey tea and getting his voice all clear and clean and it's feeling good. Hopefully he has a cold or something and is not able to speak loud, but that shouldn't be an issue. The levels with callers will be handled too with the new equipment. So I'm excited about that. Sorry, Vol Storm. No Samuel L. Jackson up in here next week. No Pants. Jonathan says the stadium needs better cheeseburgers, hot dogs, and condiments. That's all. That's it? Okay. Colorado Vol says biggest upgrade I'm excited for is the Vol sign. ATL VFL says we need vendors walking around with those beer backpacks. Jason from the Borough says I think there's a significant advantage in recruiting, telling them they will play in front of 100,000 fans. Okay. Where has that significant advantage helped?
It is the sole reason Joshua Josephs and Christian Harrison picked Tennessee. Rodney Harrison saw Tennessee's 102-455 this past Saturday and looked to his son and said, son, this is where you need to go play.
102-45. You mean the seats or the people in there?
The seats. This is Vanderbilt, son. Nobody cares about stupid old Vanderbilt. But imagine next year when these rabid fans are here to welcome Billy Napier to the SEC. They're ready to beat the brakes off of Florida. There won't be an empty seat in this whole entire place. And they're going to be screaming your name, son, as you start as a true freshman. This is where you need to come.
Can you keep a straight face and tell me that when you talk to recruits, they have mentioned that playing in front of 100,000 people is one of the reasons why they're picking Tennessee?
I haven't asked that question.
I want you to ask it.
Now, I do get unsolicited comments about how awesome the atmosphere is.
Yeah, that's the atmosphere is atmosphere. It doesn't mean that it's directly tied to the number of fans, because this past weekend we had players in town that was like, man, the atmosphere was great. I'm like, whew, if you think that was great with barely 70,000, you should have came to Ole Miss. You would have been blown away. You've been blown away. And there were empty seats in Ole Miss game too. But anyways, let's go back to the phones.
We have Middle Tennessee Rick.
Rick, good morning.
Good morning, guys. How you guys doing?
Man, wonderful, man. Even better now. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, that's good. Hey, you guys sound really a lot louder on YouTube today for some reason. I don't know if you upgraded anything, but definitely better reception.
Good. Yeah, it's new mics. Next week
okay.
it'll be even better.
You're getting your money's worth.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot of it.
I'm looking forward to this early Christmas present called the transfer portal, and hopefully we do well there, because I know that's our quickest way to get better players.
That's right.
Yeah.
Swain Claus coming to town, bringing some players.
Yeah. I was going to ask Ben, are we looking for or you too, Jason, a big recruiting weekend this weekend?
Go ahead, Ben. You got it.
Yeah, it's going to be a fairly good recruiting weekend. You've got Walter Nolan, the big 5-star defensive tackle from Powell High School, making his way over to campus for an unofficial visit. I'm sorry.
I thought it was official.
No, he already took his official.
It don't really matter.
No, it is his. I don't know. He said he was going to do an official in October. Then it got pushed back a week. Then he said he was going to do an official in November. Then he was going to do one at the end of November. Then he was going to do one at the beginning of December. It don't matter for Walter because he's 15 minutes from home.
It doesn't matter.
But he'll be here this weekend. Caleb Webb and Jordan Thomas will be here this weekend. Jordan Thomas is a defensive back that just decommitted from Mississippi State, and I think Tennessee's been in a great position with him for several months now. He just finally pulled the trigger on decommitting from Mississippi State. He'll be here this weekend, and I really think this weekend can push Tennessee over the edge for him. Caleb Webb also scheduled to be here this weekend. He is a receiver who is committed to ECU, has been since the summer, but his recruitment has somewhat blown up over the last couple of months, picking up offers from Tennessee. There's been interest in visits to Michigan, to Louisville, to Kentucky, to Tennessee. I think Tennessee's in a good spot there as well. He'll be here this weekend. You've got some JUCO guys. There's a junior college defensive lineman from I think he's from Independence Community College,
Kansas.
He's originally from the Congo, I believe, and he has a French accent. And his name is Jeffrey Ba, M''BA. I think the M is silent. Jeffrey Ba.
Oh, that's easy.
Yes, he's originally from the Congo. Played football in France before moving to the United States a few years ago.
Yeah, football in France?
Mm-hmm. And he had, when he transferred to the United States, he had some schools fall through due to some paperwork and visa issues and was committed to Virginia as a 4-star prospect in 2019, but had transcript issues that forced him to move into the 2020 class, and then he had some of those same issues, and instead of returning to the Congo, or after he returned to the Congo to sort things out, he decided to enroll in junior college. So he is in junior college right now at Independence. He's been to Auburn. Oregon is in the mix. He's a big old boy, 6'6", 305. He'll be here this weekend for his official visit. Has also been to Michigan. So yes, it will be a pretty significant recruiting weekend for Tennessee, as we are just 13 days away from the first day of the early signing period on December 15th.
Damn, Ben. That was good.
Thanks.
Where are you getting that? Where else are you getting that? Did y'all hear Ben? He was flowing with recruiting news right there, man. Golly, I was sitting back just smiling like a proud pop. Not saying I'm your pop or anything, but I'm proud of you, man. That was awesome. Dang, that was good. That was good right there.
Your check is in the mail.
I take cash, straight cash, homie. Rick, did Ben answer your question?
Yeah, he's really good at that. That's why I mentioned his name when I asked the question.
Yeah, all right. I understand.
One last thing, guys. What do you think the odds are we get Walter Knowlton? I know he's pushed his recruiting. He's kind of wishy-washy, if you want to say that, I guess, a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Slim. Like months ago, I was like preparing myself to not get Walter Knowlton for months. And when you go down to Texas A&M, you know, back-to-back weekends, and you know, you commit, that tells me all I need to know. So I said it yesterday.
It's an official visit this weekend for Walter.
Look at that. Look at your boy.
Unofficial November 13th for the Georgia game, and he's back for an official this weekend. Good
notes right there, Ben. But yeah, I've moved on from Walter. Nolan.
Tennessee has a chance, but I'm very much in the I will believe it when I see it mode. I think his mama really likes Tennessee. Really likes the idea of Walter being under Rodney Garner's guidance. But I think Walter and Daddy like Texas A&M. So we'll see. Tennessee has a chance, but I'm very much in the I will believe it when I see it mode. And truly, I'm not saying this with orange-colored glasses on. I will not lose sleep if he does not come to Tennessee. It will not bug me if he does not come to Tennessee. Talked about it earlier this week. I've talked about it a couple of times. Like he has some steps he needs to take if he wants to be a contributor as a freshman anywhere. A&M, Tennessee, Purdue, Buffalo, Kansas, Washington State, Hawaii. No matter where he goes, he's going to have to take some steps quick, fast, and in a hurry if he is going to be a day one contributor like his star rankings suggest that he would be.
Hey, I got nothing to add. Is Rick still on the line?
No.
Is it somebody new?
No. Rick's just listening, hanging out.
Well, he's still on the line.
Well, he's still on the line, but he's not on the line.
Yeah. He's not live. He's not live. But he's just chilling. All good.
Chilling like a villain.
Yeah. 865-255-03. That was good, Ben.
Just trying to be like you.
Brandon Luckett says, so proud of Ben. He's turning into the next Austin Price. Go ahead and put Austin out to the pasture and let Ben take over. Kentucky Vols fan says, Jeffrey Ba until his senior season, and then we'll find out it's pronounced Mba. Mbop.
It's Jeffrey Ba for now, and then Mba. NBA. Jeffrey NBA.
Yeah, he'll probably tell us it's different his senior year. You're right.
He's a big old boy. Like I said, 6'6", 305, and with Butler and Blakely moving on, we need some beef.
ATL VFL says Nolan reminds me of Jay Hardy, more drama than results.
No comment.
I like Webb, big fast guy.
I like Webb as well. He's had a terrific senior season, and I'll get Swain watching his film after the show, and Swain can come back tomorrow and give you a little breakdown of his game. But what I like most about him, because obviously I am not somebody who can evaluate receivers like a Jason Swain, but what I like is that he balled out in one of the top divisions in Atlanta football, in the state of Georgia, if not the top. I can't remember. I think McEachern is.
McEachern is in Atlanta.
Yeah. Oh, I know that, but I think they're five AA, whatever classification. I think they're the highest. I don't know. Well, we can double check that during the break. But my point is, he balled out in one of the highest classifications in the Atlanta area, in the state of Georgia, as a senior this year. He had a terrific senior season against really good competition. That's what I really like about him.
They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 A's I counted. Jeez.
That's a lot of A's.
That's a lot of A's, man. A lot of A's.
And I've talked to him several times over the recruiting process, and I've always enjoyed speaking to him. He is one kid that I prefer to talk to, quite frankly. So hopefully Tennessee can get over the edge for that one this weekend. I think they're in a really good spot going into the weekend.
Keatron High School, man. I remember doing the combines, there was a running back out of there I was trying to help get some exposure. He's really, really, really good. That's why I know about McEachern being right there in Atlanta. And they have some players, man. They got some players. Just like most schools in Atlanta. There's a lot of talent there. That's why a lot of college coaches like to pitch a tent in the A. Be right back.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
When you start your own business, you know that branding can make or break a new venture. That's why Swain Event relies on 42nd Street. 42nd Street is a strategy agency focused on finding creative, open-minded, results-driven solutions to brand design. After over a decade of operations in East Tennessee, the brand architects at 42nd Street have the experience and creative know-how to ensure the success of your business branding, logo, web presence, and more. To see a real-life example of their amazing work, you can check out our website at swainevent.com. Don't trust the branding of your business to just anyone. Check out my friends at 42nd Street online at 42st.com or give them a call at 865-382-7007. 42nd Street, brand, strategy, design.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. Cheer on your favorite team with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
We're here with Dr. Michael Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine to discuss PRP, platelet-rich plasma. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, Achilles tendonitis, or tennis elbow, you should give them a call.
Good to be back, Jason. We specialize in non-surgical orthopedics, so we treat damaged tendons, ligaments, and joints, including rotator cuff injuries, knee injuries, and elbow and foot problems by using ultrasound-guided injections with PRP. And this form of treatment helps stimulate the body's own reparative process and assist in the healing of damaged tissue.
Doc, what makes your training different than others?
I've been practicing in Knoxville for over 26 years, and I'm certified in interventional regenerative orthopedic medicine through the American Academy of Orthopedic Medicine. They've been the leader in this form of treatment since 1983. I also teach this form of treatment on a national and international basis to other physicians, residents, and medical students. Here in our clinic, I'm the one doing the procedure, and we're using your own PRP, which are concentrated platelets, to treat your injury. So in other words, Jason, it comes from you and it goes back to you. So you know exactly what you're getting and know exactly the level of training involved.
Do what the pros, college athletes, and I have done, and visit them online at trsportsmedicine.com. Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, East Tennessee's leader in PRP therapy.
If you want to get in on the conversation, call the Iris Networks hotline at 865-200-5503. Grow your business with Iris Networks high-speed fiber internet. irisnetworksusa.com.
Swain Event and SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Hour number 3 is powered by Low T Center and LowTCenter.com, reinventing men's healthcare. Go to their website, see where they're located. And right here in Tennessee, there's multiple locations. There's 2 locations in Nashville. There's one in Chattanooga, one in Tri-Cities, and one right here in Knoxville, Tennessee. LowTCenter.com is the website. Their telephone number for their local center in Knoxville, 865-392-1388. Get your levels checked. The process is quick. It's easy. It's really, really simple. Ben McKee, Jason Swain here. Got about less than 10 minutes left in the show. My goodness, man. We are flowing and going. Then tomorrow's Friday. Wow. Low T Center, at home testosterone treatments shipped directly to your home for just $155 a month for self-pay or covered by most health insurance. Schedule your appointment online at lowtcenter.com. Wow. Time is flying, man. Time flying when you're having fun. How about that? Take that for data. Text box. Let's see what's on the text box. Jason from the Borough says he likes the light show. It's dope. Can't wait to see the recruiting classes skyrocket now that we got the light show. Former corner Tennessee, Steve Johnson, graduated from McEachern a year before I did. That's from T. Diddy. NC Vol says the highest classification in Georgia is 7. Grayson is 7A. Rodney and also says you didn't say Vanderbilt. We did say it. We gotta say it every time we say Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt.
We did say it. Turkey Man said, "What's the chances that no matter where Nolan goes, he'll end up in the transfer portal?" Those chances to me are higher than Walter Nolan coming to Tennessee out of high school.
Yes,
but I may be wrong. But I get transfer portal vibes more than the vibe I have of him signing with Tennessee out of high school. Valville says, "What's your gut feeling on DeMario Tolan? Do we sign him?" What's your gut, Ben?
I don't have a gut feeling right now, to be honest with you. Ask me again Monday morning. I want to see how his visit back to LSU goes this weekend. As I said earlier, Tennessee's got to make it through that. Tennessee's in a real good spot. Brian Jean-Marie has done a good job there, but we'll see what happens. Ask me again after he goes to LSU this weekend.
90s Vol says the only 2 numbers that affect recruiting is number 1, wins, and number 2, draft picks.
Yep.
And
I would say draft picks is number 1.
Yep. Because recruiting is about that individual goals and needs and their dreams and how you as a program can help them achieve their goal. But if you're putting guys in the league, you're gonna win. So it kind of go hand in hand. But yes, when it comes to recruiting, you got to let me know that you're going to help me reach my goals. And most guys, their goals are to play the next level. So actually draft picks are number 1 and wins are number 2. But you're right though, 90s Vol. That's the only 2 numbers that really affect recruiting, the most important numbers. Jeffrey Dean says, we all see the attendance number. We ain't filling the stadium hardly ever. 1-2 games a season. I'd be curious to see what happens with the attendance as Tennessee continues to win, and now you're playing an exciting brand of football. Looks like basketball sometimes.
It'll get back to the way that it should be. You build it, they will come.
I don't know, man. I don't know if it'll get back to where it was.
Why?
Even with the winning.
Why?
Because I think more people are watching the game at home. I'm not saying it's not. I just don't know for sure. It's changing. I mean, the way people go to games, college and pros, is changing. So I don't know. That's why I want to see. I want to see when Tennessee, is ranked and playing in some, huge games with implications. Will a stadium be full? Because I was at the Ole Miss game and I still saw empty seats. So we'll see. Barbell Vol says, if you could only upgrade one position group on the football team, what would it be? If I had to upgrade only one position, boy, it'll be defensive line. It'll be defensive line. There's so many areas that need to be upgraded. But
can I say the entire defense? D-line, linebackers, and DBs.
One position group.
That is one. Defense is a position.
Position group.
Defenders are a position. The entire defense.
No, you didn't want people to not answer the question when you was talking about which game would you rather lose.
You never answered it.
Memphis or Kentucky.
You never answered it.
Which
if you answer that one, I'll answer this one.
Well, it's Memphis because you only play them once.
Okay. Well, then I'd 1A, defensive line, 1B, linebackers, 1C, defensive backs. I think I would say secondary because Rodney Garner's going to get all the lemonade he can squeeze out of his guys no matter what. And there's more guys I feel better about at that position than I do the secondary right now going into next year.
Okay. Who's on the phone?
Turkey Man, he has something to add.
What you got, Turkey Man, real quick?
Hey, buddy, I want to thank you, number one, for the tickets to the Ole Miss game.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
You talking about watching at home versus being there. Let me tell you something. What I got the opportunity to witness that night and that day, I couldn't see at home in that particular game. Also, I stood most of the time. Where you had me, I was on the rail most of the time. I look back and I didn't have no seat because it took places up. But I stood most of the time.
We hooked you up.
That situation was awesome, brother. Thank you much.
Absolutely, my friend. We hooked you up, and of course it was better for Turkey Man. He had to pay for anything. Parking pass, tickets, concessions, and you had to pay for that. That wasn't part of the deal. Speaking of tickets, I want to kind of give people an update on what we did with the tickets the last couple of weeks because we didn't do that during the show during the week, and that's totally my fault. Was that South Alabama? So South Alabama game, we was able to provide Big Shot Rob and his wife tickets to the game. They flew in from Colorado. Big Shot Rob serves this country in the Army, big-time Tennessee fan. It was his first game in a very, very long time. So, man, we gave him the Swain Event experience for sure. He stayed up in the Hampton Inn and did some shopping over there, Alumni Hall, and broke bread at Teddy and Barbecue. And my kids, my kids love him and his wife. And I messaged him yesterday because my kid was like, "Where's the big black guy and the white girl from Colorado? When we gonna see them? We like them." They so cute. They love Big Shot Rob's wife, and we went over to Whole Foods, and man, my kids got spoiled by Big Shot's wife, and I was like, they got you, huh? They got you. Mm-hmm. Don't fall for it. Don't give them nothing. But we did that South Alabama game, and tickets are and were donated to us by anonymous, donor, listener that simply wanted to give tickets to people that normally don't go to games, that are good folks and may not have the means to get to the games as much as they want to. If they do, the seats are really, really high. So these seats were awesome and great all season long. So our anonymous donor did that for the year. And then this past week, we gave the tickets out to someone in healthcare. We also gave the tickets to the Georgia game.
Mm-hmm.
To
a paramedic that works with my wife. He and his wife never been to a game, big time Tennessee fans, and we hooked them up for the Georgia game.
Yeah. So Those are where the tickets went for the past couple weeks. So 865-255-03. Can't wait to see what's going to develop in the transfer portal as Tennessee is trying to finish strong as we approach early signing period. Tomorrow, Friday, last day of the week. Hope you are with us just like you've been with us today. We'll have the podcast up as soon as possible. Appreciate everyone listening. Thanks for the calls. Good stuff on the text box today. For Ben McKee, I'm Jason Swain. Hope to have you here tomorrow at 7 a.m. The Swain Event's fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. But before we go, I need to share with you that Hiller, right now during the season of Christmas, wants every child to be able to experience the joy of Christmas. They're donating $50 in toys to tots. $50 in toys, two toys and tots for every tankless water heater that is purchased. Also, they're giving away $250 in gift cards to with each unit. So you buy a tankless water heater, you get $250 gift card. Also, when you buy that, $50 in toys will be donated to the organization Toys for Tots to help kids get presents for Christmas. When you buy a HVAC system, they will give you $500 just hooking you up. That is Hiller, happyhiller.com. Peace and love. Have a great day. We're out.